think everything's good to go here. Filippo, what's up? Welcome. So I don't remember if I reset the save or not before the end of the last one. I don't think I did. Actually, no, I think I did, but then I called it because it was so bad. So yeah, I think we're good to go here. What is up, Pokemaster? Welcome back to the stream. Scaff, what's up? Welcome. I'm doing pretty good. Today was a bit busy today, and like the stream started. I say like my schedule's supposed to be like 5 to 7, and it's been 4 to 6 for the past 2 days. Like I start the new schedule and then I break it both of the days it's been going. But more car stuff. So yeah, it's been a pretty good day. I'm a little bit exhausted because I had to drop my car off, and then it was like a 3-mile walk back to my apartment because I no longer had a car. And what is up, everyone, for tuning in to the stream? And that is okay, Scaff. Background change? Not a background of the stream, but if you're talking about the channel art, yes, that is new. You're trying hunting for Ditto in Pokemon Moon. Good luck, Brody. I hope you know about like some of the really cool ways you can chain for Ditto, where you set it up where Ditto can like never hurt you or anything. It makes it really easy, and it's a really cool way to chain for Ditto. It's like it makes Ditto one of the easiest hunts you can do first if you can set it up properly. Like it's a good introduction to like how SOS chain works. You don't have to deal with resetting the chain or anything. It's just let Ditto become a Klefki that knows Recycle and let it sit there and do nothing. Sorry, we're here with the best cool videos. It's okay, Kareem. Pokemaster, question of the day, what is your favorite trading card game set? I don't know most of the sets, so I really don't have an answer for that. You're hunting for a Latios and Omega Ruby and haven't gotten it in a month. Well, good night, gaming. Good luck to you. I hope you can get your Latios more quickly than I have been with this Treecko. And Lucario Games, welcome back to the stream. Retroplay, what's up? Welcome. Your first week of school is over. Back to the streams. Well, I hope it went well, Silly Sylveon. I start my first week on Monday, so that is why the stream schedule has changed a bit, is just getting in ready for that. And Cash, welcome back to the stream. OGs, welcome back. You're trying to glitch Pokemon Yellow so you can beat it in 4 minutes. That is a pretty weird one. What, you have to like underflow the menu in your like room or something and then just walk a certain number of steps? Jungle and Fossil set, okay. Yeah, I don't remember what all the sets were when I was a kid. Like I didn't... 6756 if it's still messed up. What just happened, guys? Oh no, did the counter just like delete itself? Give me a second. 6756 is what we are at. Give me a second to go back and fix this. That is awkward. That's never happened. Like, in all the streams, it hasn't happened. I just want to check again, but 6756, I believe. Yeah, 6756, so 6757. That is weird. That should not have happened. Alright, but we're back. Hopefully. And is it going to do that again? No, it's fine now. I don't know what it is with that number. It just glitched. 0 encounters, yeah. Yeah, it's like, it knew we got the shiny then, obviously. The stream wasn't showing it properly, of course. And notice you, well, welcome, Pokenerd. I had seen you say stuff. I thought I had said hello. I'm sorry if I did not. You called 3, oh boy. Yeah, I don't know why that happened, but it wiped the number that I had in my text file, so I said to go and put it back in, and we should be good to go now. Oh, rip counter, 2017 to 2017. That was the weirdest glitch. Like, it's gone for 2 months, and it's been fine, and I haven't touched the file, and it worked. It's not like I started the stream and it was gone. It was just like, one encounter, decided, no, I'm gonna start over at 0. Yeah, 4 Frost, still no Treecko. It's getting crazy. And it's kind of getting to the point where I'm considering asking you guys, probably going to post like a straw poll in the Discord if we go through this, if I should keep hunting for the Treecko exclusively, or if I should start like alternating between it and my Charmander hunt that I want to do, just to kind of mix things up, because I feel like a lot of people have gotten a little bit bored of this Treecko, to be honest. And what's up, Mal? Welcome to the stream. You've set up the Ditto. Alright, Brody. So, yeah, like I said, Ditto is a pretty easy one, especially if you're not, like I don't know if you're used to doing SO string or not, but like if you aren't, like it's a pretty good one to get into it with, because that's the first one I ever did. It's the first shiny I ever hunted for. It was a pretty cool introduction to shiny hunting, because the mechanics can make it really hard or really easy. If you know how to set it up, it's ridiculously easy. Please, this stream. I hope so, Ryan. Maybe if we get it in the first 30 minutes, it'll have been like we got it last stream, because the internet issues kind of made us end a little early, unfortunately, yesterday, and I apologize for that. I'm still trying to fix it, because, like I said, I think I said it either yesterday or the day before, like, the apartment complex, like, when they gave us all the information about the internet, I was like, oh, you can plug things into the Ethernet jacks, that's fine. There aren't Ethernet jacks, though. Like, there are just power outlets and then some coax cables to, like, run TV through. And I tried hooking up a modem to those, like, coax in the wall to, like, try to get it through cable, and it didn't work. So you have to do it through Ethernet, which I wasn't surprised that didn't work. It specifically said you can't do that. But it's like, oh, just hook up, plug into Ethernet in the wall. So I tried. But there's no Ethernet anywhere. And I found, like, I found a blank plate behind my desk, like, covering a hole in the wall, and I undid it, and there's, like, a cut-off Ethernet cord in the wall. So I don't know if they, like, removed it, or they never finished setting it up. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna, like, ask management tomorrow about it, probably. Or Monday, depending on, like, if they're still in on the weekend. Because I really do just want, even if I can't set up my own, like, router and stuff properly and get my old network back, I'd at least like to be wired into this network. So I feel like that's half the battle, is just trying to get a signal in this apartment. Because I'm in the far corner of the building that I'm in. So, like, I'm on the top floor in the corner, so if like the nearest router is down a floor or something, and in the middle, then I'm kind of screwed. Is it possible to do, oh, let me look. Is it possible to do a only Kakuna run in Leaf Green? I don't think so, unless Kakuna, like, if you got it as a Weedle and then evolved it, maybe. But it needs no move other than Harden, otherwise you're gonna struggle way before anything else is, because you just don't have the moveset. Do I have any shinies yet? So, Brody, I have shinies off stream. I don't have any on, like, stream yet. So this Treecko will be our first on stream, but, I do have, like, 90 to 95 on my copy of Sun. I just haven't streamed any of that, because I can't stream 3DS. And I did it before I started streaming. Shiny Treecko, please, really, really, at this point, please just show up. Green Espeon, Mr. Sobalon, welcome to the stream, guys. See you all, and good luck. Well, Oscar, I'm glad you're able to stop by and say hi. I hope to see you again on the next one, if you cannot make this one. And, Kodo Black, welcome back to the stream. Do I know the Poketuber Candy Eevee? She was, SRing for shiny Pokemon. She found a Treecko. But she didn't see it and soft reset over it. I did see that. She got that one in like 2,000 encounters, and then she didn't get it again until like 40,000. Thankfully, if I do that, it's not going to be as bad, because with Emerald I can basically undo my mistake much more quickly than with Sapphire. With Sapphire, that shiny was gone. Yeah, but I do remember, and she's like the one that I kind of reference when I say, like, these hunts can take a really long time, you know. She went out to 40,000 encounters to get it back, because she lost after 2,000, so... Yeah, hopefully we don't do that. Hopefully I don't reset over this. That would be awful. You might not watch the whole stream. You're in a restaurant right now. That's okay, Ryan. If you need to, like, not watch it because you're in the restaurant, I completely understand. Oh, what's up, Dr. Galaxy? Welcome back to the stream. A Poketuber called Pimpin' Knight swept a team with a Weedle. Yeah, like what kind of, like an actual competitive team, or like just someone, like they ran into like a breeder that had a bunch of really low Pokemon. You got Pokemon Sapphire today? Congratulations, Owen. I know you mentioned you were going to get it yesterday. I hope you enjoy it. I hope if you shiny hunt for a starter in it, you have some more luck than I have had. You're about to head out with friends. We'll be back soon. Alright, see you later, Kodo Black. Are the odds 1 in 8,096 in this version? No, they are 1 in 8,192, like Pokemaster John said. And Luke Asuna, thank you for the sub. I am sorry if I mispronounced your name there. But either way, thank you for the sub. What will I nickname the shiny Treecko? So, well, that exists. The plan is, the default name is Corndog, but if someone actually guesses the number and, like, chat can, like, kind of remember and prove that it was the number, like, if they're still here, they get to name the Pokemon. So, like, let's say someone had guessed 6770 pretty recently, and, like, we remembered that, you know, someone had actually guessed that, and this was shiny, they get to name the Pokemon if they're still in chat. And hashtag give Mindless Enigma his shiny Treecko. Please, I really would love for the RNG gods to shine upon me today. Wow, nice new channel banner. Yeah, thank you. I had a pretty great person make it. Wink. The default nickname is Corndog. Yes. Yes, like Pokemaster just said, it is default Corndog. Oh, it was competitive? Really? That's pretty impressive. You're going for a shiny Torchic. Hope you get it, Owen. That's actually, that'll be pretty fun, and you don't have to deal with the same RNG issues I am, so hopefully your luck is a little bit more, hopefully you're a bit more successful in your hunt than I have been so far. The number is 6969. We'll see now. We shouldn't make it to that tonight, I would think. I don't know. With the internet being so flaky, I'm not sure. And we're going for 2 hours, so I don't know exactly what number we'll get to. I'm predicting probably right around there. Like, that's going to be right around the end of the stream, I think. 6774, name it Milk. We'll see, Celatol. We'll see. We got 2 more to go for that. Because for anyone else who's new and, like, wants to know how I'm determining the encounters, just so it doesn't seem like I'm, like, cheating it if it ends up coming up, but the number that's there, like, this is encounter 6773. As soon as this one pops up, the number increases, and the number doesn't. The number increases, and that is the current number. You don't have your volume on, so don't expect me to respond. If I respond to you, that's okay, Ryan. That's okay. Thumbs up. Did anyone see the trailer? Yeah, I did see the trailer. That was pretty cool. I noticed the, like, reference to Surge's gym. I don't think it's a gym, because it looks like what's built in those lots are more akin to, like, the festivals, or, like, they're more akin to, like, festival tents and stuff, and looking back at the, like, beauty pageants and all that. I think that's closer to what that is. I don't think it's gonna be gyms. I don't think gyms are replacing trials now that we've seen that trailer, but the most hype part about the trailer for me was the Rockruff that was running around behind the character. Because that could potentially mean, you know, like, Pokemon follow you around in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. If not in the whole game, in some specific spot. But it was cool. That trailer was really hyped to see. Who is the person in my profile picture? It is it's a character from another game I played. And like I've said, I'm trying to, like, replace that with something else now. Like, I'm trying to actually get kind of a more relevant icon. But I'm just not very artistic, so I'm trying to get one of my friends who's a bit more talented in that realm to help me. But yeah, that's basically just, like, fan art from the game that I put that as my like, icon 3 years ago when I made the channel, literally just to sub to people, and never had an intention of actually doing anything with it. Did anyone see the new Z move for Kamo? I heard about it, I didn't see it. The new Z move is pretty overpowered, really. You dislike Z moves? Oh, that's kind of fair enough. I was like, that sentence was just kind of getting to the point where I was, like, contradicting and saying multiple things to myself in the same sentence. But what am I trying to say? Yeah, so, like, I never actually used Z moves in my playthrough. Like, I never equipped a Z crystal to any of my Pokemon. But I feel like it's kind of Gen 7's Mega Evolution type deal, where it's like, here's this fancy new thing that we're really only going to do this one time, and let people who like it use it a little bit in like games in the next gen. But they're really not going to keep it around too much, I don't think. A lot of Alola is just different, and that was kind of the point of Alola, was it's a region that's so isolated from everything, and it gave Game Freak kind of an excuse to really mess with the formula without it feeling awkward. I'm doing pretty good. How are you, Grungy Games? Let's try to aim for 500 subs a stream. That would be pretty cool. If we hit 500 subs, that would be really, really hype, guys. You like the Z move where Moon does the Nico Nico Ni? Really? Is there one where that happens? I didn't know that. Like, again, I haven't actually paid attention, but there probably, I wouldn't be surprised if there was an animation that was actually, like, kind of similar to the, like, Nico Nico Ni thing. Close your eyes when sending out Treecko for luck. I'll do it this one time, Celatal. We'll do it this once. Alright, so I'm gonna make sure that I don't walk away from the bag, but I'm over Treecko. Alright. Alright, so Alright, it wasn't shiny. Dang it. Ah. Kamo's Z moves hits 2 opponents and gives 1 boost to all its stats. That's kind of crazy. I bet someone is going to accidentally swear when I get the shiny Treecko. That someone may be me. But yeah, it may happen. It'll still probably be removed. Assuming mods are here, it'll still be removed. I'll probably be a bit too hyped to do it personally, but yeah, so it'll still be monitored and stuff. But like, you know, people have swore in the chat before, and all that really happens is it gets removed. And I just kind of mentioned in the chat again. Everyone's been understanding as far as if someone's like not intending to be malicious with it, they've always been understanding. So I feel like it'll be okay. Greetings from Germany, and don't give up. Well, greetings from America to Germany, and thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna persevere, and we're gonna get this. The only thing I may do is I'm not sure if it'll be something that's up to everyone, like not just me. It'll be something I kind of give out to you guys as a question of whether or not I like start alternating, so Charmander, and like mix it up, because right now literally it has just been straight streams of Treecko, which I know can get a little bit boring to some people. Have I ever seen The Office? I am actually in the middle of watching it right now. I just got to, or not just got to, I'm a good bit of the way through season 6. I watched like the tail end of it as it came out on TV. Like I ended up watching it right around the time Michael left, when it was airing live on TV. And I got around to it over the summer. I started watching it on Netflix. Grozek, Pralka, sorry if I mispronounced that, but thank you for the sub. Forgive me, Senpai? Forgive you for what? Internet crashed. Oh no. Lucario Games stream is early. It is it is compared to my previous streams, but it's actually kind of where it's going to be from now on. Before the stream was just so late because what am I trying to say? Because I worked a 9-to-5 job, so I couldn't stream until like 7 p.m. Eastern time. But now, my classes will be ending around like 2 or 3, depending on the day. So being able to stream, like 5 to 7 works better for me, because then it also gives me like later at night to, if I need to like run to the store, or if I'm hanging out with friends, or I'm studying, or anything like that. I tend to do that more later at night. So like giving myself that time helps a lot with my like scheduling. So this just time just works kind of better, because it gives me a little bit of time to get back from class, get ready and everything, and then I can stream, and then like I have time afterwards to do other things. Greetings from South Hadley. You will give a lifetime supply of cookies. I know what that town is. I do not know what it is. Ratty Tatty, you made it. Yay. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you made it. Chat is dead. It's not really dead. It's about where it usually is, Pokemaster. Mimikyu Warrior, you're saying 6,800. Alright, we will see. We're pretty close. We are pretty close, which is, in one way, it's kind of cool. In another way, why are we that close to 6,800? Yeah, because I may end up actually... Normally I like have a cup of water with me, and that's enough to make it to the stream and stuff, but I think I may end up standing up 2 or 3 times tonight to go and get some water, which shouldn't be too hard. There's a sink like right around the corner. But it's just, I am extremely exhausted from this afternoon. I mentioned it yesterday, I believe, and it's the reason for both yesterday and today being a little bit later that I've had some car issues. Basically, my car was leaking all of its coolant onto the ground every time I drove anywhere. And that's, you know, not a good thing, because then the car can overheat, and the car smells like antifreeze, and it's not a good time, and the car can't drive, like, anywhere. I can make it, like, up, like, 2 miles without it starting to overheat and being completely empty and have no coolant at all. So, today I had to take it to a shop, but the shop is on the other side of town, which is like 3 miles away, which isn't far in the car. My car made it to campus, I parked, I got water, put water in, then made it to the mechanic, left the car there, and I had to walk back in like 90-degree weather for 3 miles. So I'm a little bit exhausted, and like, I just need to like be putting water through me, so I'll probably be drinking a bit more than usual today. You thought that I found the shiny Treecko, you were doing something else, and weren't here all the time to watch the stream, and when I got into the stream and finished. Yeah, so Mal, yeah, I apologize. Yesterday's stream ended really early. Like, I'm only going for 2 hours instead of 3 now, so it's already going to be shorter. But yesterday's stream was extremely short because my internet was just not having it. It was constantly dipping. The stream was lagging like crazy. My preview was buffering. I wasn't, like, the internet was really bad. I couldn't like even say an entire thought without the stream getting too choppy for people to understand it. So it wasn't fun anymore for people, basically. Uchiha, Ian Games, Com, BR, just sub. Thank you for the sub. But yes, like, I couldn't even get an entire thought out without the stream getting choppy and like losing audio and dropping frames. So I just, like, it wasn't enjoyable for me because I couldn't really communicate with you. All the communication that was happening was the stream's buffering, I can't hear you, that kind of stuff. And I didn't want to, like, you know, either be putting you guys through it or eventually just be talking to thin air because no one was able to even hear me. So I ended up calling the stream a little bit early. Welcome back to the stream, Roman. It's been a while since I've seen you here. Your name is Ian? Well, my name is Ian too, so that is pretty cool. You're almost done teaching yourself chemistry, so you can take AP Chem this school year, which would be a year early. That is awesome, OG. I took AP Chem my junior year of high school, and it was a tough class. It was a very tough class. I think I got like a 2 on the AP exam. Like, it was just not my thing. So I ended up taking geology in college because my major is the one major in the college of engineering that doesn't need a chemistry or physics credit. So I just was like, I'm gonna hit some rocks together and call it good. The game says I've been playing for 3 minutes, not even close. Yeah, no, it's been a little bit longer than 3 minutes. Have you watched Baby Driver yet? Yes, Baby Driver was so good. Cause like, I'm a big car guy, and to see a car movie that was like not necessarily realistic, especially near the end, but a lot of those chases were so much better than what you start to see in like Fast and Furious nowadays. Like, thinking back to either 5 or 6 when they literally just had 2, like, not even necessarily police package chargers pulling a giant vault through the city. I was like, okay, we can stop this now, right? But Baby Driver, all of the actual stunts and everything, it was such a good movie. The music direction was amazing. I loved the whole thing. It was so great. Kazumi, welcome back to the stream. You never catch the Treecko shiny. I hope we can get it, G-Bomb. I hope we can get it. If we just gotta persevere, we'll eventually get it. You need 54 Pokemon to complete your Pokedex in Moon. Where can you find Cosmog? You want to evolve it and want to complete your Pokedex before Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So, if you have the Legendary for the game, you can use it to go through the portal into the other dimension. Kind of like spoilers from here, so like people go la 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 la. If you haven't played through Sun and Moon and don't want these, they're not story spoilers, they're just kind of endgame spoilers. But eventually you can go up to, I guess in your game, Altar of Moon. Wherever you did the legendary battle, there should be a portal, and that'll move you, if you have your Lunala on your team at night, in-game night, I believe, you can go through the portal, and it'll bring you back, and then there's on, what island is it? I think it's it's just south of Po Town, there's like, the Lake of Sun, if you're in the other dimension, and if you go in there, there'll be a Pokeball on the ground that contains Cosmog, so you can get Cosmoem and then Solgaleo. What state do I live in, Mallet? I don't, like, get that specific. It's not, it's more of like a privacy thing, even though a state really isn't too specific. But I live kind of on the east part of the U.S., so that's about as close as I'll get. Oh, Shoto was best. Fafnir was... I see some Dragon Maid talk going on. Dragon Maid was such a good show. I have a little Kanda peeper sticker, but I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. I'm considering putting it on my computer, but the problem is, like, if I put it on my desktop, it'd be behind all my monitors, I'd never see it. So I'm considering putting it on the dock for my Switch, like right on the front, where when I drop it in, it's just like I'm playing on a system with a Kanda sticker on it. That'd be pretty cool, I think. Press start to start, yes. You've already completed your Sun and Moon decks. Congratulations, Vanilex. I completed mine pretty quickly, like within a couple weeks of playing the game, because I wanted a shiny hunt, and getting that shiny charm was pretty important in that. Alright, see you later, Roman. I was glad you could stop into the stream. Alright, guys, so we did not get one on 6800, so we're going to go ahead and reset the save here. This is the hardest Gen 3 game to get a shiny in. It is Gabriel, especially when you're just doing the, when you're just self-resetting for a starter, because of exactly what I'm doing now, where every once in a while you have to completely reset your save, because the RNG is broken in this game, so like you don't necessarily... There are some saves that you just can't reset for shinies on, so like those last 50 may have been completely useless and we could have never gotten a shiny in it. So we have to reset the save every once in a while. Did I encounter a shiny Zigzagoon? I have not Skylight Bomber. If I had, I wouldn't be doing the save reset right now. It's right there. Yeah, I pointed that way because for me, that's pointing up to the screen, but no, for you guys it's that way. Because if I'd seen a shiny Zigzagoon, I would know I could catch a shiny early enough in my save, but I couldn't, unfortunately, so that's why we're resetting the save now. Fire Red and Leaf Green, it is also hard. I mean, they're all hard, because in Gen 3, there was no way of chaining for Pokemon. But, no, Emerald specifically is the one that has broken RNG. Ruby and Sapphire didn't, and Fire Red and Leaf Green didn't. It's just Emerald that has this issue. Because Ruby and Sapphire can have this problem if their battery is dead. But if their battery isn't dead, they don't have the problem. I'm not sure I believe you, Ryan. Do you know if you have to just see the Pokemon in Sun and Moon decks to get the stamp in your trainer passport, or do you have to catch them all? I think you have to catch them all, Mimikyu. I think you have to catch them, but it's not like you have to have a living dex or anything. You just have to have all of the pages of the Pokedex, all the Pokemon registered in the Pokedex, which only happens when you catch it and like have it in your when you have it in your party, or just like in the PC. You have to catch one, because like if you see the Rotom Dex, it doesn't like register them and color them and list the pages completed until you have actually evolved all the Pokemon. So like if you have a Cubone but you haven't evolved it, and you've seen Marowak as a shiny, or not as a shiny, but you've seen it like in that fire trial, it doesn't count towards your Pokedex. It shows it like it's not a silhouette anymore. It's shown, it's just grayed out. You have to have them all caught for it to count towards that Pokedex, I believe. Sank18, welcome to the stream. Name myself Cookie? Well, I've already named myself Ian. I think the name will always be Ian because I want to trade these up to games that my names are Ian in. But I have considered, and I've done it before, every once in a while I'll like choose the female trainer to basically play as May for a little bit. What's my favorite place to get pizza? Yours is a local pizza place called Family Pizza. Really? I don't have like preferences when it comes to pizza. There have been some really good like local places and Italian restaurants that I've gotten like good pizzas and calzones at. But in general, as long as it's not like super cheap $5 pizza or something, like Little Caesars or stuff like that, I really don't mind. Like even a Costco pizza is actually pretty good. I'm not the most picky when it comes to pizza. Is the word freaking allowed in the chat? Yes, it is. Yours is either Pizza Hut or Geno's. All right. Yeah, I know a lot of people who are very strong in their opinions on Pizza Hut, Papa John's, and Domino's. But personally, I've never had an issue with any of them, even before like Domino's fixed their pizza being bad or whatever. I didn't mind it. Clorox, welcome back to the stream. Are you allowed to say crap in chat? I don't think crap's bad. It's more or less things that would be censored if you were like watching TV. Things that wouldn't be in a PG TV show in any way, basically. You're about to start shiny hunting for Grubbin because shiny Vikavolt is cool. Good luck, OGs. That was a pretty good hunt. I actually got really lucky with 2 of the 3 Grubbins that I caught shiny. One of them was kind of a pain in the butt, but the other ones were all like actually pretty easy to catch. Like they happened in less than 100, I believe. Little Caesars isn't. It's not bad for the price, but if you were to be like, if someone were to tell me that they were paying for the pizza, price wasn't an issue, and I could choose between like Domino's, Pizza Hut, and Little Caesars, I'd be like, just not Little Caesars. It's not like, it's fine when you just want super cheap food, but it's not like, it's definitely one of the few that I'll actually rank below the others in terms of pizza and stuff. Gecko is your favorite sports team. I didn't know Gecko was a sports team. What's up, Deshaun? Welcome to the stream. Costco pizza is amazing. It is really good, actually. Like, it's a lot better than I would have thought, like, buying a pizza from a Costco, like, food restaurant would be. Welcome back, Tubix. Wish you good luck for the night. They may not let me sleep. Rip. Oh, there's so many mosquitoes near you. Ah, that's why. Costco hot dogs are the only hot dogs that you like. I've never had a Costco hot dog. Kyo Gamer, welcome to the stream. See you in a bit, Ratty Tatty. What's up, Mexmen Gaming? I am doing good. How about you? Just trying to get this Treecko to shine. It is being a little bit stubborn and a little bit shy, though, so we just gotta be patient for it. Use mosquito repel. Now Mao uses repel. Hopefully, it's super effective. You're guessing Ryan's from the UK? I actually wouldn't. I honestly would think US. I don't know if Costco is in the UK. I know it's in the US. Like there was. You've been to the UK. It's a great place. I haven't been. I haven't actually traveled outside of the US ever before. I've been all around the US, but I haven't like left. Say you play this game and you really, really love this game. Yeah, me too. I really like it. It's like one of like my first games I had in terms of like Pokemon memories. So being able to play it again is gonna have like a lot of nostalgia. I've grown like 300 subs. Haven't watched since like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. There was a Maxman Gaming. Thank you for the sub. Like we're talking about with the subscriptions. Yeah, there was a stream. I think last week it was, last Monday. So about 2 weeks ago now, there was a stream I did that was just crazy viewership. We had like 70 people watching at one time. I almost couldn't get thoughts out because I was constantly reading sub notifications. And it was fun. It was really good. Yeah, Costco is from the US, Vanillix. Like, I didn't know, like, when you said that, I was like, is Costco, like, a really big thing in the UK or something? But no, it's like the big box store in the US. It feels like a very American type of store. If I find the Shiny Treecko, will I do a video playing using the Shiny Treecko? Yes, Sank! The plan is to do a whole, like, Let's Play series using the Shiny Treecko. Well, we're going to be doing a Shiny Badge quest, so there'll be a lot of, like actually recordings and stuff of the Let's Play, you know, doing all the battles and stuff. But because it's because of the Shiny Badge quest, there's going to be a lot of Shiny hunts that I have to do throughout it. I have to do one before every gym. So I'll be streaming all of those parts of it, which should be a lot easier and take a lot less time than this Treecko has, just because once we get the Treecko, we know we have a Shiny frame to soft reset with. So essentially I'll run around in the grass for like 10 seconds, and then reset the game. Then run around the grass for like 10 seconds and reset the game. And hope I encounter a Pokemon on the right, like with the right timing. That's basically how going for Treecko works, or going for other shinies works. Once you get once you know the shiny frame, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong though. people who know hunting and emerald better than I. You live in Greece, and specifically Crete. Cool, Mau. Yeah, you've mentioned you're from Greece before, which is crazy. It's so late for you there, and you're still watching these streams. I really appreciate it. You've only been out of the country once, which was your recent summer trip to the UK. All right. Yeah, I'd love to like go somewhere, because I'm a super big like car guy as well as an anime fan. So like going to Japan would be really cool for both aspects of that. But I'm 6'6", so it'd be a little bit uncomfortable literally everywhere I go in like any country like that. It's currently 6:36 p.m. for you. All right, yeah, and in Ian's apartment, yeah, pretty much it is. It's like 6:36 for the East Coast. Oh, what's up, Tom Wheat? Italy, it is 35 minutes after midnight. Yeah, that's not as bad as it was before. You know, before the streams, you were ending at like 2 o'clock in the morning. 5:35 where you are. All right, Ryan. All right. Here in Brazil, it is 7:35. Okay. Yeah, so I guess Brazil is like a time zone over still, isn't it? You're in the Netherlands. That's really cool, man. That's really cool. Seeing how many different countries everyone's from is always really cool. Cause like I know the majority of like the audience when I look at analytics is from the U.S., but it's cool seeing like all the countries that we've had viewers from. I'm 6'6". Yeah, I am. Like I am crazy tall, and it's really hard to see on camera just because like I'm sitting and there's no other people for reference. But yeah, it's like there's part of a reason that I am driving. That like my car's a Crown Victoria, like a big American sedan, just because that's the only kind of thing I fit in. You're new and you're an Aussie. Well, welcome, Majestic Pingu. I am glad you were able to tune into the stream. And you may have to give me a second here to respond to... I'm getting a call, but I obviously cannot answer the call right now, but I may just need to text him and tell him I'll call him back in a minute. Or not in a minute, but in like an hour and a half or so. You think 4 or 5 times you've been staying from the beginning to the end. That's pretty crazy, Filippo. Like, it's really awesome seeing you stay. And like, you're always in the chat, and I really appreciate it. And like, you know, your name is in the bottom twice, which is cool. Who has seen the new Ultra Sun and Moon trailers? I have. It was a really cool trailer. It didn't show a lot. There's still a lot to like. There's still a lot of room for guessing, so I don't want to speculate too much personally. Majestic, thank you for the sub. Like I don't want to speculate too much because then you start hyping up things that aren't exactly necessarily happening. But like seeing all the different things they did, like the spots that everyone was kind of predicting, like they're gonna put something there. They did, and like everyone was saying gyms, but they don't look like gyms. Not sure what they would be. They kind of look like the old contest halls. And then like that Rockruff that was following around the player. I don't know if that's like just some kind of like NPC type Rockruff that wanders around, or if that's like specially a certain Rockruff, or if it's like a special area Pokemon can follow you. Like all that kind of stuff is the things I'm like super hyped to see more about in the coming months. Nick M, welcome back to the stream. You like the trailer? Me too. Wow, did I already get to 6,813 resets? I did. It's been kind of crazy, and I'm gonna start this encounter, guys, and I gotta respond to a text. I opened the wrong thing. Whoops. Sorry guys, fumbling with my phone. Hold up, I'm really sorry guys, I'm gonna reset and let the game start running. My mom like called me. She knows I stream, she understands, she doesn't know I have like a new schedule, so. Alright. We should be good to go, guys. Sorry about that. What's my favorite Pokemon game and which generations? My favorite Pokemon game Honestly, at this point, maybe Sun. Just because of how much time I have in it, and like I love the story. Rowlet's in it, which is like my favorite Pokemon of all time now. It's where I've done all of my shiny hunting, so like I have an attachment to that game sheerly from the fact that I have 850 hours in it. So like I feel like I have to say Sun, but my favorite generation is 3. By far, my favorite generation is 3. With Hoenn being my favorite region on top of that. You missed the last live stream. Did anything interesting happen? You missed a lot of my internet dying. The stream was really buffery. People kept saying it was lagging. So hopefully that doesn't happen as much this stream. I'm still trying to fix it. Ah, come on. My mom's texting me. So 1 second. Yeah. Am I on PC? So I am, I'm kind of on PC. Basically, I'm streaming through it, but I am playing a legit Emerald cartridge, like my old one from when I was a kid. Because I have a GameCube hooked up with the Game Boy Player attachment. So it is a real Pokemon cartridge. It's not a ROM or an emulator or anything. You prefer Pokemon Moon and Ultra Moon. Okay, that's cool. I personally like Solgaleo a bit more than Lunala. My mom is continuing to ask me questions. I will just... 1 second, guys. Yeah, so I don't want to be, like, texting constantly during the stream. But, like, my mom's coming down for the weekend to kind of help me. Because I only brought, like, half my stuff, essentially. And there's going to be, like, a, I forgot this, I forgot that. So it's going to, I have to deal with that. Life rule, always answer your mother or else. She knows I streamed, though. So, like, that's why I responded and was like, I'll call you back. Like, I didn't want to end up on, like, a 30-minute call and leave the stream running or something. Lunala has a better ability, probably. Yeah, I just, Alright. Looks like we're good now. Magikarp is God. It is God. It is one of the gods, along with Lord Bidoof. I don't know what's actually happening in terms of talking. Save time with Game Shark, some editor, or cleaning the RNG reporter. So I know a lot of that stuff's a thing, but that kind of breaks a little bit of the spirit of this, as well as like RNG reporter doesn't fully work, I don't believe, with the actual seeding for Emerald. I'm not sure about that. Good luck from Croatia. Thank you, the Creeper Gamer. You like Solgaleo more than Lunala? Same, yeah. So going back to that, because the phone stuff. Yeah, so for me, personally, I like Solgaleo's look a little bit more. And, like, the big thing was, the cool little gimmick that Moon had was the fact that the time in the game was, you know, 12 hours off from the time in real life, which is a cool gimmick, but I personally like being able to see the game, because the game's brighter when it's in day mode, just by the fact that the sun's out in the game. So, like, if I play, like, in a more, like, well-lit area that's lit by, like, the actual light, like, outdoor lighting, it's hard to see when I play Moon. So I kind of like that part of it, of playing Sun. That's, like, the gimmick kind of, like, it's a cool thing, but it kind of turned me off from making that one my main game. Do I play Pokemon games on PC? And if so, what do you think of Nintendo taking down all the ROMs from sites? I understand them taking them down. Like, it's their property, and essentially what the people that are holding them up there was doing was illegal. Admittedly, I have downloaded an Emerald ROM before, but I do own the game, so like, it's not like I'm taking something I don't own. But, you know, there's obviously no way for that site to check that you have a cartridge of it, or for someone to say, oh, I lost it, so I'm going to re-download it or something, you know? So, like, I completely understand Nintendo and Game Freak taking those down. Like, they're technically up there, and the only kind of legality that any of those sites would have is saying, that, oh, we tell them not to download it if they don't own it, which obviously is them still hosting stuff that isn't their own. Which is why, like, a lot of the people who do ROM stuff, it's not illegal to have the ROMs, it's just kind of more illegal to distribute them. because I could dump my game I could dump one of my cartridges to PC. That's completely fine. It's like my thing to do. But if I like suddenly started sending it to all my friends, even if they like didn't have Emerald or something, then it becomes weird. So that's why I completely understand them taking them down. It makes it a little bit more frustrating trying to run something on an emulator, but I understand why. You have a new 3DS XL, but no games, and your parents don't want to buy you any. What should you do? I mean, if you have it and you don't have any games for it, I don't know. Like, is there any way for you to get like eShop credit to buy the games like digitally? I don't know. Stop playing Pokemon at Gold. Can't believe how awesome these Emerald graphics look. So cool. Like, yeah, that's why I struggle to go back and play the older games, because I started with Gen 3. So to me, like, Gen 3 is like the original, so like anything before that was a downgrade, and Gen 3 was a massive jump from Gen 2, just because it was on the Game Boy Advance and all that, so it had better color palette, better resolution, you know, the same kind of jump that they had to Gen 4 on the DS. You're gonna buy Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon pre-order on a Pokemon Center, should you do it? It's $40. I mean, if it's for both of them, that's really good. I don't know. Personally, I'm not really a big pre-orderer. I tend to still end up going to the midnight releases because I know like the GameStops around me have extra copies specifically for that reason. But like that's what I did with my copy of Sun. Is I was planning on getting it the day after it came out, but then I decided that literally like at 11 o'clock at night, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go get Pokemon as soon as it comes out, and I just drove to GameStop. See you in a week. All right, see you, Louise. Assuming you are the one leaving for a week. I'm not sure I missed something in the chat, but if you are the one leaving, or whoever is leaving, I'm glad you were able to come by, and I hope to see you in a week as well. Do I like Aegislash? You love it shiny, and it's very good in competitive battles. If I'm remembering the right Pokemon, because honestly, that is a more modern Pokemon that I'm not as familiar with, because it's not in Gen 7 or or S. Those are the two that I like actually kind of know the newer Pokemon from. If I'm remembering it correctly, I don't mind it. It's one of the Pokemon that falls into the category of meh for me, like the weird, not really a Pokemon, like not really an animal type Pokemon. So like, it kind of feels a little weird, but it looks pretty cool. What happened yesterday? So Michael, yesterday my internet got really bad, and the stream quality dropped so much that I didn't feel like it was good to continue. Basically, it was buffering and lagging so badly that unfortunately, like, people weren't really able to see the stream properly, and it wasn't enjoyable for you guys or for me, just because I had to constantly watch and make sure I was talking when the stream was actually running right. Can anyone help you evolve your shiny Machoke into Machamp? There's probably someone in the chat that is willing to help you. Yeah, 68,000, Linus. We are still going for this thing. It's crazy. Like, the fact that we haven't gotten to this point. Sank18, thank you for the sub. Did I ever play Pokemon Gold or Silver or Heart Gold Soul Silver? And do I know that you need to get those Farfetch'd out of the woods? As a little kid, you struggled for like a month with it. So I haven't played any Johto games. So that's basically what you're asking. I haven't played anything in the Johto region. I have been meaning to play Heart Gold or Soul Silver at some point, but I don't own the copy yet. My friend offered to sell it to me at the beginning of the summer, and I kept saying like, oh, when I have, you know, the money for what he was offering. But yeah, I never ended up buying it from him. If he's still offering it, I'll probably end up looking into it kind of soon. Quit talking in different languages? No, it's fine. Let him talk. Let him talk. It's all good. If they're able to talk between themselves, I'm perfectly okay with that. That's been, like, I know you can't go back and look at the chat now, but I remember, like, the second stream I did, the first one that had, like, actually a good number of people watching, the chat was just completely in Spanish for, either Spanish or Portuguese, I don't remember, for, like, an hour. Like, everyone in there understood English enough to be able to, like, talk to me if they wanted, but between themselves they were all talking, completely in a language I could not understand at all. But it was still fun. I've never played Johto. This is true. This is true. Unfortunately, I have not. Now that everyone's gonna like mass exodus the stream, but yeah, basically, I got into Pokemon in Gen 3, so I never had Gen 2 games. And then I started Gen 4 with Pearl. And then my DS broke, and I fell out of Pokemon, so I never got, I never played, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Platinum came out after I stopped playing. And, then I didn't get back into it until ORAS. So basically I missed the beginning of from the end of Gen 4 to the beginning of Gen 6, I didn't play. So yeah, and before Gen 3 I never played at all. So like Johto those games happened right when I wasn't playing. He just hatched a shiny Rotom with 6 eggs. Awesome, Officer Nanu. Top 3 Pokemon games, Platinum, Sun, Moon, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. For me it might be Sun and Moon, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and then Fire Red, Leaf Green. Or ORAS. Maybe Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, but I kind of want to like leave out remakes of other games I'd include. Welcome to the stream, Bernardo. Johto is memories. Yeah, I know there were plenty of people who Johto is their first game, especially around my age, because basically like my friend group and like my whole age group is borderline on starting with Gen 2 or starting with Gen 3. And I think it kind of comes down to if you had older siblings, you already had a Game Boy, you played Gen 2. But if you were the oldest or the only, you were kind of getting to the age of like parents would get you a video game when the Advance was out. So you got Ruby, Sapphire. Heart Gold, Soul Silver is so awesome. I have heard really good things about it. Like I really want to play it. I just have not gotten a copy of it to play. Did anyone see the shiny Shuppet? I did see that. I did see that in the Discord. That was really cool. 2 regions in 1 game. Yeah, that's like one of the. That was such a cool thing for them to do, and I know they did it because originally they didn't think they were gonna make a game after Gen 2. Like they kind of made Gen 2 as a finale for the Pokemon games. Alan Bao, your first was Emerald. My first was Fire Red, and then my second was Sapphire and Emerald within like a week of each other around Christmas. Emerald and XY for you are the best. All right. The stream is doing well. Thank you, High Tech. Yeah, it's actually it's a pretty active stream today, which is awesome. And I'm gonna jinx it by saying this, guys, but the internet's holding up decently compared to yesterday. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, best remakes ever. So many legendaries. Same with Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, with just the sheer number of legendaries you get after the game was over. Are you going to play Minecraft? Wish me to find the Treecko. Thank you, Sank, and I hope to see you again. Your first game was Diamond. Your Chimchar was a shiny on your first try. Really, Officer Nanu. That's impressive. You kept it because it was pretty shades of red and still have it. That is awesome. That's like extremely lucky to get it the first try, and I feel like as a little kid, I wouldn't have known. The Creeper Gamer, thank you for the sub. But like, I feel like as a little kid, I would not have known if it was shiny or not, or what a shiny was. So I've been like, of course, like my starter sparkles because it's special, like because it's my special Pokemon or something. Everyone played Pokemon Gold. You don't know a soul who played Silver. I'm trying to make some Pokemon puns there. What's everyone's favorite starters from every game? Yours is Cyndaquil. Mine is Rowlet, if we're going with every game, just because Rowlet's like my favorite Pokemon overall. Heart Gold, Soul Silver were the best remakes. Unicorn Puppies, thank you for the sub. Devontae Gooden, welcome to the stream. So I'm gonna go back and read this comment I started. Heart Gold, Soul Silver were best remakes, better than Fire Red, Leaf Green, and ORAS. I don't know, that's really up to debate between people, but I have heard such good things about Heart Gold, Soul Silver that like I know I need to play it and actually like form an opinion on them. Sure, Creeper Gamer. Fire Red, Leaf Green could have been better. No villain. That's just like the general Kanto thing. Because where Team Rocket were just bad. That was it, you know. And I feel like a lot of people, their one complaint about Heart Gold, Soul Silver is that Team Rocket doesn't feel the same. Like it just kind of feels broken, which is kind of the point, you know. They lost their leader, all this stuff, but it's like I don't know. It's weird in that way where basically you have the same rivals in both games. Or same, like, villain team in both games. Yours is a Chimchar lane. Alright, Officer Nanu. I have a feeling I know why, especially after your last comment. Chikorita, alright, Ryan. Yeah. Yeah, so I need to really play the Pokemon games that I haven't played yet, just because I need to be able to form my opinions on more things than the few series that I've actually played. And going to Kanto and Heart Gold Soul Silver was the best. It was kind of weird thinking about it. I was thinking about it a while ago, I realized, like, you know, Kanto was available in every gen up until Gen 5. Like, because you had, obviously, 1 and 2 had it, and then 3 and 4 had the remakes of 1 and 2, so they had it. That was kind of cool. I was almost hoping that they would follow in Gen 7 for like Sun and Moon 2s before they officially announced Ultra Sun Ultra Moon. That'd be like, yeah, we left Alola and we just followed Lily all the way back to Kanto. Like, that would have been cool. I would have really liked that, even though I know they probably wouldn't have done that. Yours would be Squirtle. Alright, Trevor the Trainer. You need to go to sleep. Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Mexican Games, and I'm glad you're able to tune into the stream, and I hope to see you again. Potentially tomorrow, potentially Sunday. I'm not 100% sure. It depends on how my day goes tomorrow, whether or not tomorrow will be the other day that I don't stream this week. But we will see. Have you gotten any Frontier badges? I haven't, because as the last time I played through Emerald was as a little kid, and I never ended up actually beating the Elite Four because I didn't understand type effectiveness or actually competitive viability at all at the time. So my team just kept getting crushed because it was completely improperly leveled. Jose Gutierrez, thank you for the sub, and sorry if I mispronounced your name. Your least favorite is Froakie. Alright, I mean, I don't really have a least favorite, I would say, just because, I don't know. I feel like I haven't played enough of the games to actually develop a least favorite, and for me, I just kind of, when things become my least favorite, I just forget about them in general. I don't even remember them. Because I never try to form extremely negative opinions on something. It's pretty much either very positive or meh. That's kind of my scale. So when it gets down to meh, it's more of a forgettable thing than I dislike it thing. You picked Totodile and Typhlosion. Alright, Alan. You remember getting only a golden symbol and battle like. Alright. Yeah, I want to actually try out the Battle Frontier in this save. Once we get to that point, I want to actually kind of mess with the Battle Frontier, because I never tried it before. I've heard such good things about it, but I never got there as a kid. Battle Frontier is really tough. Yeah, I feel like it'll be similar to Battle Tree in the fact that I'm so bad at competitive that I'll just get really frustrated. Because Battle Tree and Sun and Moon I had to do for a while to get battle points to evolve the second Porygon, and yeah, that was just not fun. I'll be honest with you, it was not fun. It was better than Battle Royale though. I really disliked Battle Royale. Totodile in Gold and Cyndaquil in Crystal. Alright. Yeah, I guess that'd be a way to do it. Favorite is Rowlet and least favorite is Chespin. Okay. My favorite is also Rowlet, so I will agree with you on that part, because Rowlet is the best. There is no denying it, guys. Rowlet is ultimately the best Pokemon ever, obviously. Oh, guess what? What, Vanillix? It took forever in Emerald, but your Pokemon are all level 100. That's some dedication right there. Once you start getting up into the higher levels, it gets pretty hard. You got the shiny Rayquaza you're searching for in Emerald at 3,000 encounters. Nice, Vanillix. That is awesome. I hope to get mine fairly quickly once we get there. Hopefully more quickly than the Treecko. Who likes Rowlet memes? I like anything Rowlet figure gaming. Litten is lit as well. I will agree, Vanillix. Chevrolet. Why doesn't Popplio get love like Rowlet and Litten? I know a lot of people would really like Popplio. DP Gaming, or DP Gaming, thank you for the sub. I read the GA and then I realized, oh wait, it is gaming, but thank you for the sub. Nintendo should make Delta Emerald. I don't They didn't do it with Heart Gold, Soul Silver. They didn't make some kind of they didn't make any kind of crystal with that. So they made a Delta episode, which is about as much as I feel like they will do with remakes. And I realized we passed 6850, so I'm gonna reset the save here, guys. But yeah, like Poplio, like my girlfriend loves Poplio. I really like Primarina. It's just Rowlet was too adorable for me not to pick. Am I a fan of Mega Man? I haven't played any Mega Man games. At least none that I don't own any. I've played them at friends' houses, but that was a long time ago. What happens when I find the shiny? So, Natsu for the win. I am going to be doing a shiny badge quest using this Treecko. So there will be like a Let's Play series kind of going along with my copy of Emerald, as well as a bunch of shiny hunts whenever we get to the point that we have to hunt for another shiny. So there will be a lot done with this Treecko, and once we get far enough, we'll be doing legendary hunts. Just extend and do as much of this game as we can. Like, just have fun with it, basically, you know? What will I do after Shiny Charmander? So after Shiny Charmander, I would hope to be at a point where I can continue with the Shiny Badge quest, because I feel like I can do that pretty quickly, where basically, you know, what I ended up doing with the Shiny Badge quest is essentially Charmander is the Pokemon I have for, oh boy, we found the Treecko and we need something else to do that stream immediately. Plus, it'll just kind of be the hunt. It'll be like a hunt that's kind of in the background as we're in the middle of the badge quest, but we can take a break and do this, or like I'm recording the badge quest, so we're going to do Charmander today or something. But after Charmander and as far as Pokemon hunting in Leaf Green, after Charmander, I don't think I'm going to do a playthrough of Leaf Green, just because my copy of Leaf Green is Japanese. So the story's kind of lost on most people. Cynicans, thank you for the sub. So I feel like a lot of the gameplay would kind of be lost on people, because I barely know any Japanese. Derpinson, thank you for the sub. So I don't think I'm going to do a Let's Play, but I'll probably like hunt for legendary birds and Mewtwo and all the like Pokemon that I can hunt for in Fire Red Leaf Green, or in Leaf Green, I will hunt for. Just, you know, have fun with that. But I don't believe I will do much in terms of actually playing through the game in a playthrough with it. So there are other Pokemon, like, Too Long Didn't Listen. Natsu for the win, thank you for the sub, but Too Long Didn't Listen. Basically, I'll be hunting for that Charmander, I'll be playing the game personally, and then there will be a lot of hunts when it comes to the legendary Pokemon in the aftergame. That's what's going to go on with my copy of Leaf Green. And the Shiny Badge quest will have a lot of shiny hunts in the middle of that too. I'm at 499 subs. Really? That is crazy. That is all. We passed 500. Really? Guys, that is insane that we managed to do that. Thank you to everyone who has subbed. Still no luck. RIP. Yep, James. We are still going with this. We have unfortunately not been super lucky today either. Tim Ray Mendoza, thank you for the sub. Well, thank you, Hyptic. I appreciate that. Festival Plaza is so hated. You personally don't care about Festival Plaza, but you'd like something more simple and easy like a PSS from XY and ORS. Agreed, Vanillux. Like, there's too much you have to do before you can trade with people, because like you have to get the whole introduction to the plaza, and I haven't touched it aside from trading. Like, literally, I only go there, boot up the trade, and that's it. Like, I don't deal with, like, there's all the extra fancy stuff you're supposed to be able to do in the plaza, but I don't touch any of that, you know? Did you just get a shiny Torkoal? Nice, Alan. You're playing Pokemon White too? I hope you're having fun, Justin. I want to play some Gen 5 myself at some point, but I just need to find a cartridge of it to play. You're playing a ROM hack? Really? That's pretty cool. I wanna play some ROM hacks as well. But first I'll probably do more like randomized of the official ROMs and whatnot. And I don't know if you guys saw, some of you guys saw and noticed on Discord yesterday, I did post a screenshot of what looks like Pokemon Sun being captured on my PC. But that was actually, that's that Citra emulator. I got a ROM of Sun that I was trying and messing around with. And I'm still working to try to get that working properly, because the performance of it just was not good, especially once any more than like 2 Pokemon appeared on the screen. Like, literally, the video chat with Kukui at the beginning of the game, as soon as the Rockruff and Pikipek flew around on the screen, that was it. The game just got really bad. We want PSS, we want PSS. I would really just like, you know, I don't think they're going to change it with the Sun and Moon, But I would like a simpler trading thing. Agreed. You're infinitely chaining Rockruff. Hopefully you can get the shiny soon. Yeah, Rockruff wasn't too bad for me. It was pretty nice. It came home fairly quickly. Nothing like my Young Goose hunt, which took forever. But still nothing compared to this hunt. But yeah, Rockruff was a fairly nice hunt, at least for one of them. I think 2 of them were nice, 1 of them was a little rough. That was an unintentional pun, but I'll run with it. You want to stream Pokemon ROM hacks, but you're too shy. I mean, my only advice I can give there, Creeper Gamer, is just go for it at some point, you know? Like, there's nothing stopping you besides yourself, basically. That's how I felt for the longest time with streaming Pokemon as well. I'm fairly, like, shy and, like, not very talkative when it comes to talking to most people. But eventually I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. And I went out that day, I bought a capture card to use for the GameCube, I borrowed my friend's GameCube, got everything set up, and just started streaming. You know, the stream looked terrible. I was pretty much silent the whole time because there was like 2 people that joined into the entire stream. You know, so like, it takes a little bit for it to get going, but eventually, you know, you'll find people who are really interested and like you enjoy talking to, they enjoy talking back. Like there's like nothing you can lose from doing it. You've been playing Pokemon Uranium, a really awesome fan game. I actually have it downloaded, or I did. I don't remember if I still have it. I may have deleted it, actually, because it was kind of meh to me a little bit, but if I can find it again, I'll probably play it again. Just like, it didn't feel like the same as Game Freak's art style. Maybe that was just a personal thing. So it felt weird trying to play it, because like, obviously it was, you know, a Pokemon game in the sense that, you know, it was labeled a Pokemon game, but it didn't have any Game Freak working on it, so it was completely different, like, you know, touch of the developers and stuff, which is, you know, it's gonna be personal opinion if you like it or not. I just personally didn't really like it too much. But I may play it again. Alola! Welcome, Funtime Freddy, welcome to the stream. Have I not played Gen 5? I have not, Vanillux. Yeah, basically, that, like I said, that fell right in the middle of me not playing Pokemon. I played Gen 3, I played the beginning of Gen 4, then my DS broke, so I didn't play the rest of Gen 4 or Gen 5, and then I didn't get a 3DS until after Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby had come out. So I didn't play any of Gen 5, and by the time I got into it, those games got to the point where they were a little bit more expensive than I was willing to pay for just a cartridge. Like, if they had the case, I would have bought it, but $35 for the cartridge alone wasn't really worth it to me. But I can find at, like, conventions and stuff, I've tended to be able to find, I realized I did not hit the button. I've been able to find, like, in-box copies of stuff, and that's where I got my Platinum. So I'm going to be looking out for Black or White pretty soon myself. The stream and my sub count is blowing up. 1,000 subs is just around the corner. We are halfway there now, I think. It is crazy that we passed 500 subs this stream. And again, thank you to everyone who did that. That is amazing, and I cannot thank you enough. And yeah, this stream has been really active tonight too, so that's also really cool talking to everyone. Why are you hungry? Probably because you should eat something, Creeper Gamer. Like, I'm gonna eat something as soon as this stream ends. Oh, is your favorite region? You see, that's the thing. I've heard, like, I know a lot of people who really dislike Gen 5, and I know some people who loved Gen 5. Which, I mean, I guess you can find that with all of them. With all of the games. But it's just interesting. Like, I feel like Gen 5 is even more polarizing than the others. Have I ever gotten a shiny Rowlet? I have, Officer Nanu. I actually got 3, because in my copy of Pokemon Sun, I've been going for a living shiny dex. So, you know, if you don't know what that means, it basically means I have to actively, at the same time, have a copy of every single Pokemon in the Pokedex as a shiny. So, like, just having a Rowlet that I evolved up to a Decidueye isn't enough. I have to have, like, side by side, I have to be able to have a Rowlet, a Dartrix, and a Decidueye, like, in a PC or in Pokebank at the same time. So that's what I've been going for. So I caught 3 Rowlets. And in that process, I ended up with some extra shiny eggs. I had like 4 or 5 shinies, Rowlets at the end of the day, so I traded away 2 of them to my friends. Creeper Games is trying to eat you. Oh no! He should try to find some other form of ice cream that isn't talking in chat. Was it Fire Red ROM hack? Your team... Oh, you're talking about that ROM hack that you're playing. Alright. It's a ROM hack of Fire Red. I was actually trying earlier today, as well as... Yesterday I worked on trying to get Citra running with Sun. I tried starting a randomized, like, red ROM, just, like, to mess around with it and see if I could get it working to do a video with. And it seemed to work okay, aside from one thing, where 2 of the starters glitched out, so I couldn't pick them, and if I'd, like, chosen, the game crashed. So when I finally picked the one that worked, it was a Victory Bell. My rival picked one of them, and I was like, oh boy, this is going to pop up and crash the game. And it just popped up as a Mew, and I was a little bit ticked off, because it's like, you wouldn't let me pick the Mew? Like, come on, what's wrong? Have I completed the Pokedex? I have completed the Pokedex in, I completed the Alolan Pokedex. I haven't completed it Shiny, and I haven't completed a National Dex by any means. Welcome to the stream, Pokemon Life. You approve of banana splits? Agreed. Citra is on beta testing still and has a lot of bugs. It really does, Hyptic. I've seen some people say they're like getting decent frame rates out of it, but that's also on specific builds of it. So I started messing around with those, and I found one that was doing really well. Like, it was working pretty well for me, but I ran into an issue of, I couldn't limit the frame rate, so the frame rate went through the roof. The game was running way too fast. But if I, at the same time, as soon as any, like, 3D models popped up, the frame rate tanked. So I don't know what I'm really going to do with that. I want to get it working, but I feel like it might take longer to get that working than it would to save up for a 3DS capture card and just do it legit. Vanilla still trying to get away from Creeper Gaming, or Creeper Gamer. This one is shiny. We'll see, Natsu. We'll see. 68, 69? Maybe. It could be. We'll see. Right now, the moment of truth. Let's see if Natsu was correct. Does anyone else grind their Pokemon and end up being 5 to 10 levels above more than every other trainer? I do, Justin. That's how I tend to play Pokemon games, is... Dang, unfortunately it wasn't shiny. But yeah, I tend to play the games very grindy, so that, like, I'll end up going for... I will end up basically, like, trying to double the highest wild Pokemon level I've seen until, like, Gym 6, and then just run through the game from there. Because I'm terrible at actually making a competitively viable team. So what I end up doing is just over-leveling like crazy, so even though my typing's horrible, my stats are terrible, I just breeze through the game because I can deal out way more damage than I should be able to at that point. And by like Gym 6, it gets really tedious, so I just give up and blaze through the rest of the game until like right before the Elite Four and then grind a bit. 68.99! We will see, Furry Ferret. We're pretty close to that. Before 7K, you promise. You better not break that promise, Natsu. I mean, honestly, that's kind of what I'm hoping for, is that it happens before 7,000. We're less than 200 away from that. I didn't even realize how close we were. But guys, it's insanely close to 7,000 right now. Like, we're gonna get within 100 by the end of the night. Your Pokemon is always 2 to 3 levels under. Well, I mean, that has a challenge as well. As if you know what you're doing, that's not terrible. You can beat them. But yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, so I grind like crazy. 6,888 nickname suggestion is Mudkip. Alright, Grungy Games. That'd be a pretty funny nickname. We'll see. We'll see. We're actually pretty close to that, too. We've got about 15 encounters until we're there. Creeper Gamer fainted. Oh, no. Alakazam used spoons and ate the Vanillux. That would be the weirdest attack ever in a Pokemon game, but it would also be the most understandable. Thank you, Speedy Spirit. Yeah, I hope we can get it tonight. If we could have some shiny luck tonight, that would be fantastic, and I would be very happy. Do I have the Happiny line? If you're asking me if I have it shiny, I do not. If you're asking if I have it at all, I do. If you're asking if someone else in the chat has it that has offered to trade, I do not know. They may. But if you don't have the Happiny line and you want to catch it, SOS chain on like a Munchlax or a Pichu or a Bonsly, and they will call in Happinis for help, so you can potentially get the line that way. Dunsparce should be its nickname. We'll see, Alan. It just depends on, you know, what encounter it happens on. If someone guesses the number and wants to nickname it. Otherwise, I am still sticking with Corndog. It is still like, at this point, we've been doing that. We've had that name as a suggestion for like 21 streams, so. What are my thoughts, if any, on the Ruins of Alph from the Johto games? So, like it has been brought up in the streams, I haven't actually played Johto, so I do not have an opinion on that right now. Doesn't Emerald have some sort of frame RNG thing in which you can use it to get a shiny? It does, Magic Bolt, but the one caveat to that is you need to get a shiny, at least a shiny first. So I can't use it at all. Basically what happens in Emerald with the RNG is that it's really hard to get your first shiny. At least it's really hard to intentionally hunt for a first shiny, but then after that, it's easy. It's like one of the easiest games to hunt in, because it's still random, but it is much less random. Shiny in 3, 2, 1, maybe, Michael, we will see. I don't know if they're playing by competitive rules, Natsu. What's up, Mudkipson? Welcome to the stream. And John Birdsell, welcome to the stream as well. Easy Elite Four win, Master Ball Rayquaza, killed it. Just like, show up and it's like, I have, like, the thing that controls the sky. Let me through. Like, I've caught a Pokemon that there is one of. It is literally a legend. You're gonna say I'm not a qualified trainer to be the champion? What are you talking about? Do I have some Pokemon to offer you? I don't actually know my friend code off the top of my head, and I haven't unpacked my 3DS yet. You got a shiny day in Sun and Moon? That's awesome, CZ. What was it? I want to hear. I want to hear what it is. Because that is like my home... That's like home field for me when shiny hunting is Gen 7. Rayquaza must be the shiny one. Yeah, it's like I have the one. It's like, and it's shiny. Like, come on. I somehow got a rare version of a Pokemon that there's only technically one of. You just had a Pokemon battle. I saw, Vanillux. I saw. You almost beat the Elite Four in your Alpha Sapphire account. That's awesome. I hope you get through it pretty quickly. It was a Mudbray. Awesome. Awesome, CZ. I really want to get a Mudbray myself. Have I got a shiny Zigzagoon while doing this? I haven't, Ethan. We haven't seen any shinies yet, unfortunately. Partially because of Emerald's RNG thing, and partially just poor luck. But yeah, I would actually, honestly love to see a shiny Zigzagoon at this point. Because, like it just got brought up, the messed up RNG in Emerald, that would actually be a good thing. It's the one time that an uncatchable shiny is a good thing. Your mom bought you a birthday cake, milkshake, and there was a chunk of what you thought was ice cream. You spooned it in your mouth, and there's a chunk of frosting that was way too sweet. Ah. Yeah, I haven't had a birthday milkshake. I don't know if I'd even want to try one, honestly. CZ, thank you for the sub. You got a shiny Ludicolo in your randomizer Nuzlocke? That is awesome, Mouse. That's pretty cool. I've been trying to set up a randomizer, but I gotta tweak some stuff because somehow I crashed while looking for shinies. Or not looking for shinies, but looking for starters. Like two of the three were just like memory addresses when they popped up, and then the screen crashed. So I gotta look into that a bit more. But then when I picked the other one as a Victory Bell, and then I battled the rival, and he had a Mew. Like he picked it up, and it was a Mew, and I was very upset. Would I ever raid someone? Cough, you cough. I mean, if you're like streaming when I end the stream, maybe. But I'll consider it. I haven't done it yet, and I feel like I should at some point. It's just I always feel like at the end of the streams there's like not that many of us left to like do a raid. There like be one or two people that showed up to someone. But I mean, if like we can find someone to raid, potentially you know, find someone to raid, maybe at some point. I feel like it'd be something fun to do as like a celebratory end once we have the Treecko. Like find someone as soon as we see the as soon as we get the Treecko, you know, end that stream with a raid. That'd be pretty fun, I think. What would I do if I failed the shiny Treecko? I would be upset if I soft reset over the Treecko, just because, you know, it taking so long to get there, but I wouldn't be as upset as I would be in literally any other game. Because, like I've said before, Emerald has some messed up RNG, which means that if I miss the Treecko, I haven't lost the Treecko. I can get it again. If I reset over it, I can just continue the chain, and it'll take very little time to get it back, relative to the rest of the hunt, at least. Do I have any other shinies? So, Kyle Santos, I do have some other shinies. None of them have been on stream, though. They've all been on my copy of Pokemon Sun. So I have, like, 90 plus shinies on my cartridge of Pokemon Sun, but none of them on stream. Oh, what's up, Blaze Games? Welcome back. On your Alpha Sapphire, you were searching for the Lake Guardians, and you went to a portal, and Shiny Uxie popped up. That is incredible, Vanillix. That's insane. Like, first encounter to have a shiny mythic Pokemon pop up. Like, that is crazy. RNG, so Lazy Gaming. RNG stands for Random Number Generation, and what it means is, like, a lot of the stuff in the background of Pokemon, things that are supposed to be random, like stats of Pokemon, if it's shiny or not. It's not actually random, it's just math. It's just math problems that have a specific number of answers, and certain answers do certain things in the game, basically. And it runs the math problem every time the graphics update, which is 60 times a second, it runs these math problems and creates new numbers, which are pretty much random numbers. Pokemon Trader Red, welcome back to the stream. I think you were here before. Thank you, CZ. Yeah, I hope we can get it soon. I would love to have some luck in catching this thing. What's up, Spyro and ASAP? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we just passed 6,888 encounters, and it unfortunately wasn't shiny. But guys, we're getting close to 6,900 encounters, which is crazy. What are the chances of getting a shiny Treecko? So Tristan, the chances are 1 in 8,192. What time is it for me? It is currently 7:22 p.m. So we're going to be going until about 8 p.m. tonight. Do I have Dratini? I do. You just never heard RNG before, but that makes sense. Yeah, basically it's the term that's used in most games when you refer to like things that are like out of the player's control, essentially. So generally the way that like enemies move in certain games, like I said, the stats of Pokemon when you encounter them, all of that's random number generation. You have Dragonites, alright. Cody Scroggins, welcome back to the stream. Today you went to a muck raid in Pokemon Go and ran out of Premier Balls. You wanted to yell on the stream? That stinks. I remember going, like the first days of Pokemon Go, I was at a park with some friends, and there was a Snorlax that popped up. And you just hear someone yell Snorlax across the park. And suddenly this whole ring of people show up, which was so cool. We all get there, and I was the only one not to catch it, because I threw a Pokemon once and it ran away. Like, I was furious. Like, I literally threw my phone onto the ground. Like, I was so upset that, like, there was at least 100 people there, and I was the only one it ran from, and I was just so mad. RNG is basically God. In these games, it just controls whether or not you're going to be happy. It's 7:22 a.m. there. Really, Mudkipson? So you are like 12 hours, I'm assuming, ahead of me. Yeah, I think it would be ahead of me. You have one, and it took 7,000 attempts. Well, Blue Wire Boss, we're getting pretty close to that, so I hope we can catch ours soon. It is always nice seeing other people who, like, say they've caught theirs in about the same range you're at. Because, you know, the mentality I always end up feeling is, like, it either seems like it's going to be really early, and if it's not really early, then it's going to be so ridiculously late that, like, you know, if I didn't get it in the first, like, 2,000, then it's going to take 20,000 to get. You know, that's kind of the mentality that eventually builds where it feels like these numbers in the middle are just kind of, like, really mundane and boring, and yay, Telawi, thank you for the sub, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. There is a Vanillux. If you can catch him in the chat, he already apparently won a battle against someone who tried to eat him. How did Snorlax run? All it does is sleep. Yeah, that makes it even worse. Like, I didn't even like really know that they could run until a Bulbasaur ran for me. Like, I threw a Pokeball at it and just Bulbasaur ran. And I was really mad. And then, like, 2 days later, the Snorlax ran for me, and I was extremely... Spyro and ASAP, thank you for the sub. Alright, you're bored. Alright, see you later, Alan Gaming. Thanks for tuning in. Blue Wire Boss, Minecraft, Terraria, and more. Thank you for the sub. You're Brazilian. Awesome, Kaio. It's always cool. I see a lot of people from Brazil in the chats. I should try to breed the shiny Treecko if I get one and get more shinies. I could possibly do that. I'd probably move it up to the newer generations first. Just because personally, that's kind of what I want to do with these Pokemon at the end of the save. Like, once we've done everything there is to do, move them up to, like, Pokebank or something. That's part of why I did this on a, like, legit cartridge, is so that I can move these up eventually and be like, look at the Pokemon that I had, you know? Also, Shiny Deoxys, it took 59,909 attempts. That is crazy. I hope we don't have to go that far. I want to go for a lot of those Pokemon, and I know that there's ways to do it with Emerald where, like, you don't end up actually having to deal with the RNG issues. But man, thinking about Deoxys, if you did that in Emerald, wouldn't that take incredibly long just because of, like, what you have to do to get Deoxys to show up? Breeding a shiny doesn't increase the chance. I am aware of this, Worsen, but I do have a Japanese Ditto that I can use for that. All I can say, I'm teleport Vanillux to Charizard. Oh boy. The fight continues in the chats. Vanillux trying to fight for his life. Victor Hugo, thank you for the sub. Am I doing a Let's Play when I get the shiny? Ethan, that is the plan, is to do a shiny badge quest. So it'll be like a hybrid between Let's Plays and live streams, where I live stream all the shiny hunts I have to do, but I pre-record and like do a Let's Play with all the parts in the middle. You failed a shiny Groudon. Oh, that stinks, Alan. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm so nervous about doing that. Breaks out a Master Ball. We got a rogue Pokemon over here. It's not following the rules, guys. Yeah, we are on counter 6,900 right now, guys. Let's see. And Junior Gameplays, thank you for the like. Yeah, but 6,900 wasn't shiny, guys, so we are going to reset the save one more time. Potentially the last time for the night, probably not, because I feel like I feel like I may just go to 7,000 tonight, guys. We got about 30 minutes left in the stream for the plan of the stream, but if we go a little bit longer, maybe we'll hit 7,000, maybe we'll get the shiny. You got a shiny Onyx in your copy of Gold. Nice, Spyro, that's awesome. Am I going to live stream the Let's Plays or make a series? I am going to be making a series with them, Hyptic. I feel like the story aspect of Pokemon lends itself more to being pre-recorded and stuff, but the shiny hunts obviously kind of lend themselves more to, like, streams and stuff, just because I don't know if I'd be able to, like, pre-record something like this, because, yeah, then what would I have to talk about for, like, 2 hours at a time for 60 hours? We were just melted by Arcanine. Oh no, better get to a Pokemon Center. Gen 1 is great, but Master Ball has a 1 in 252 that failed. I know, that's so stupid that it does. Sceptile Go and Mega Evolve. Ah, so everyone's trying to get this Vanillux now, I guess. Blacks out to the Pokemon Center. you, Blue Wire Boss. Yeah, I'm really hoping we can get this thing. If we can get it before we pass like full odds, I would technically consider it lucky. Yeah, I feel like in Gen 1, before any kind of legendary catch, you just save it anyways to make sure. Every move has a chance to fail except Swift. Yeah. Yeah, that was another thing in Gen 1 where it was like, perfect accuracy wasn't perfect because the game was like, instead of saying, you know, if it's equal to or less than, or if it's equal to or greater than 0 for whatever the RNG was run, it was just, if it's greater than 0, it works. So if it was 0, it would fail. You know, that was just really frustrating. That's like part of the reason that Gen 1 is my least favorite gen, is just the mechanics of Gen 1 just feel so broken and not in favor of the player at all. One man's cash is another man's measure. Did you say it right? I think you missed. I think you got it a little bit mixed up, Blue. Your first Mega Evolution is Lucario. Really, John? That's pretty cool. My first was a Sceptile. Willing to give shinies. Your friend code is there. Yeah. So I guess if anyone wants shinies, go hit up Worst Sin. Hope I get them soon. Me too. I'm really hoping we get this thing before 7,000, like I said. What is the chance of getting a shiny? The chance of getting shiny is 1 in 8,192 in this game. In the newer games, starting with Gen 6, the odds are 1 in 4,096. And they added things in Gen 5, like the Shiny Charm, Gen 4, like chaining methods. And those are all different ways of increasing your odds to make it more likely that you'll get a shiny. Gen 3 has none of those, though, so it is purely massively, ridiculously against you odds with the 1 in 8,192. Do I prefer classic Pokemon games or the newer ones? I like them both. Awesome Kid, what's up? Welcome to the stream, and thank you for the good luck wish. But yeah, so when it comes to... I appreciate the newer games because they look better, they add more features. Obviously, Game Freak continuously has more funding, and they can make the games better and better with new technology and stuff. And I don't have an issue ever transferring the newer games. Like, I'm always hesitant when one comes out. I'm gonna be hesitant when they switch systems, essentially. But for the most part, like, I trust Game Freak will make good games, and I've liked Gen 6 and 7, so that's already a good sign. And like the older games I really like too. I have a lot of nostalgia for like Gen 3. The only thing is, like, Gen 1 and 2 just visually don't stand up because they're on such old systems, and that's, like, technology limitations. So, like, the old games have the nostalgia, and the new games have, like, the technology behind them to be really good. Your favorite game is Fire Red. That's cool. My first game was Fire Red. When I had my Game Boy, I was like, I saved my money. I was like, Mom, can we go to this, like, Walmart? I want to pick up a Pokemon game, and I went, and I got Fire Red because I had Charizard on the front, and then I picked Blastoise. Or then I picked Squirtle to become Blastoise. If Steelix has a lot of defense, then why did Magikarp beat you? Because Magikarp's just too good. I hit no. I knew that it was coming up and I still hit no. I was figuring it because I really just wish that there was like one more click before that menu popped up. Shiny Yveltal looks like bacon, raw bacon. I have... Yeah, because they turned the black to white on it, right? You got Pokemon Red and Blue on your 3DS? Awesome. I kind of want to get one of those for the Virtual Console. And I may just wait... and get Gold Silver... I may just wait and get Gen 2 on a Virtual Console so I can play Johto. And that way I can move those shinies up as well. Shiny Altaria is what you just caught. Nice, Tristan. That's awesome. You caught a shiny Zubat. I mean, shiny Zubat actually kind of looks pretty cool in my opinion. Like, I really like it. Obviously, Zubat itself is annoying, but like the shiny isn't bad, I don't think. And Golbat and Crobat are pretty cool. You usually play the first two gens and Kanto Gen 3 on emulator and everything else on Game Boy Advance or 3DS. Yeah, that's kind of where I am now, where I play everything either on my 3DS or I have a Game Boy Advance. I don't play most of the games I don't own, like, you know, just for the sake of, I own a lot of the games, I can play them, I'll play them that way. And it's part of the thing where, like, I love owning, like, physical copies of my games, which is why, it's why I bought all my games for the Switch, like, physical copy, even though it means that, like, I can't play them, I can't just switch the games without going and finding the cartridges. Please reply, who is my favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon is Rowlet. As soon as all the stuff for Gen 7 started coming out and we knew what the starters looked like, I was like, I'm picking Rowlet. And then, from there, it just became more and more my favorite Pokemon, until it was suddenly, it surpassed Ralts, and suddenly it was my favorite. Gold and Silver for the 3DS is coming soon. Yes, oh yes. Yeah, it was announced along with Pokken DX and Ultra Sun and Moon. Pokemon, teaching kids not to be a thief since 1996. True. You don't like friendship evolutions. They are kind of weird, especially with the fact that it like means you have to like run around with the Pokemon so much. Maybe I'll get the shiny at 8,192. Maybe CZ. That would be actually pretty impressive and pretty cool to get it exactly on the right odds. Like, what would the odds of that happening are insane. Actually, they're 1 in 8,192, but still, it's still pretty insane. Yours is Unpheasant. Please reply. I thought I did reply with Rowlet. Everyone, who is your favorite shiny? Yours are Charizard and Rayquaza. My favorite shiny is Milotic. Basically, I love the design of Milotic already. I love the concept of Milotic. It was one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 3. And then when I saw what the shiny looked like, I immediately started hunting for it in my copy of Sun. Like, as soon as I saw what it looked like, I was like, yep, Milotic's my next one. Went and caught 2 Feebas, so that I had my copy of Feebas and my copy of Milotic, and right then there I was like, yep, this is what we're doing now. In Soul Silver, the HM has 95% accuracy, and the 5% has cost you many battles. Rip Mau. Yeah, a lot of the moves that like have super low accuracies, I always feel like they hit all the time, but then anything that has high accuracy fails at the worst possible moments. You're saving up and hoping to get a Pokémon tournament on release day. Awesome, Ethan. Yeah, I'm considering getting it. I'm not the biggest into like that kind of brawler type game. So I won't be purchasing it immediately, but if I hear good things about it, I might pick it up. You love Shiny Treecko? It is cute. I like it too. That is why we are here hunting for it, and why we have gone almost 7,000 encounters to try to get it. I bet I'll get it on 6957. We'll see, Tristan. We will see. What will I do if I get a Shiny Zigzagoon? So Spyro. In this game, that's actually not the worst thing. In most games, that's terrible, because it means that you could have got the shiny, but you didn't, because you were just a little bit off. I know the Zigzagoon's uncatchable, and you just have to soft reset over it. But what it means in Emerald is that we're really close to getting the shiny. Basically, we know our save has a shiny frame early enough to soft reset for it. So we just have to kind of work out the timing from there. So I'll be like a little disappointed that the Zigzagoon's shiny, but it's not going to be the end of the world for us. What's my favorite? Mega. Probably Mega Gengar, just because of shiny Mega Gengar. It looks really cool. Mega Gengar is a pretty cool design, as well as it fixes the shiny of Gengar so much and looks so cool. So like, I have to give that title to Gengar. What does low internal battery mean when you start a Pokemon game? You never knew. So that means that the battery is dead. Like, it doesn't mean that it's low and almost dead. It just means or it might mean that it's almost dead. I don't know if the games can actually check. If you're playing a Gen 1 or 2 game, I don't know if they even notify you, but that means the save's you're gonna lose the save, basically, because the battery holds the save. But in Gen 3, that means that the clock is about to die in Ruby or Sapphire or Emerald, and if it does die, time-based events don't happen, and in Ruby and Sapphire, it makes them have the same RNG issues as Emerald. Those are the only things. The game's completely playable aside from that. Start early today. Thank you. Yeah, Nuno, I've actually been going for about an hour and a half now. Yeah, so yesterday was the first day of me moving the streams a little bit earlier, and I still intend to move them about an hour earlier still. We'll see how things kind of go next week with school starting. But yeah, I did it partially because, for me, I wanted them earlier anyways, because that way I have some time afterwards. But like, what really pushed me to do it earlier than I did or as early as I did, was like you guys who watch in Europe, because I know it's super late for you guys when you're watching. Some pocket monsters from kids' fairy tales can beat up dragons. I mean, fairies were added specifically to counter dragons, right? Gets a shiny Treecko, saves the game, then goes back to the game, the internal batteries run dry. Thankfully in Emerald, and in Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, the battery doesn't matter for the save. It only matters in Gen 1 and 2. The battery only affects the saves in Gen 1 and Gen 2. In Gen 3, Emerald's battery running dry is actually not a bad thing. And also, it should be a long time before the battery runs dry in this cartridge. I replaced it like 2 weeks before I started streaming. That was a very exciting adventure with my friend and I. Like, I did all the research on how to replace the battery, and like people were like, yeah, just desolder the tabs, take the battery, take those off, you know, go to a like battery shop, and they'll send you a pre-weld, like you can have them weld the tabs on the battery. I went to the shop with the battery. It wasn't unsoldered. I just went with the cartridge. Like, can you guys replace? Do you have like this battery in stock? The guy was like, yeah. I was like, can you weld these like tabs on there? He's like, no. He just like said no, and then eventually, like after silence, he like realized I was like wondering what an explanation was, and it's like, it's too small for me to like safely weld or something. So what my friend and I did instead was, instead of desoldering the tabs, they're welded onto the battery to like create a metal connection. So what we did is we took a little tiny screwdriver and just went underneath the tabs and started breaking the welds. And then we just bent the tabs so that they put pressure on the battery, and then closed the cartridge, which put pressure on the tabs. And now the battery's in there. Even it survived several car trips, it survived drops and shakes and stuff, so I'm considering it in there securely. Your batteries end. Goodbye. Alright, goodbye, Junior Gameplays. I hope to see you again. I'm glad you were able to tune in. I did hit 500 subs tracking. We passed that this stream, which was crazy. I am super hyped about that, and I cannot thank all of you guys enough for all of that. You love Giratina and Misty. Those are two very different things, but alright, Blue Wire. Giratina's pretty cool. Personally, my favorite legendary is Rayquaza. You're gonna watch Nappy's new episode of Pokemon Stage. Will be back in 20 minutes. Alright, Hypedick. I will say though, depending on how far we get encounter-wise, we may or may not have ended the stream in about 20 minutes. So, if you're able to return, I will see you in a bit. If you're not, thanks for tuning in anyways, and I hope to see you again. Shiny Giratina is cool, it really is, and I hope that when I hunt for it, my cartridge does not freeze. In 20 minutes, the stream ends. It might, Filippo, it may go, depending on how close we get to us. If we pass 6950, I may consider just going until we hit 7,000. It really depends on how far we get. Should you get Pokemon Emerald and Pokemon Crystal? I would recommend it, if you can afford it, obviously. If you're asking which one to choose, though, I would say Emerald, because I'm a Gen 3 fanboy. But yeah, from what I've heard, like, Gen 2's good games. Like I've said, I have like issues playing Gen 2 just because like graphics and stuff aren't up to the same par as Gen 3, but obviously that's what the case is. Like you can't expect Gen 3 to like stand up and look as good as ORAS or anything. So you can't expect any gen to look as good as the next. So like I said, personally, if you had to choose between the two, I would say Emerald. But if you're able to pick up both, just pick up both, you know. I recommend it. Your favorite is Mega Mewtwo X? Alright, Draken. Start collecting cards in the trading card game. So I collect a couple. Like every once in a while, I'll pick up a pack or two. Generally, what I would do over the summer is like when I got paid, I would go to the bookstore or something, and I'd buy some manga, like all the stuff on that shelf behind me, and I would pick up some I'd pick up like a pack of Pokemon cards just to open and kind of have fun looking at and stuff. But yeah, so I don't buy them a lot, but I'll buy them occasionally just for the fun of it. Should you get Fire Red? I also recommend that. If you had to choose like two of them, again, I'm gonna just look at both of the Gen 3 games, but yeah, if you can afford them, get them. Like, I really like them, and Fire Red I actually played on like, the first time I started getting back into Pokemon at all was junior year of high school. I downloaded Fire Red on an emulator because I was like, heck yeah, I want to play like the first Pokemon game I ever had again. I just basically played it non-stop. Whenever I could have my phone out playing it, I was playing it. What is my favorite shiny Mega out of the Hoenn starters? Yours is shiny Mega Swampert. It's tough and cute at the same time, with its big hands. It's a really great ability of Swift Swim. I may still lean towards Mega Sceptile. That or Swampert, one of the two. What shiny am I going after next? So Blue Wire, my next shiny that I will be going after is a, sorry, my nose itches, is a shiny Charmander. I have a copy of Leaf Green that I can use for that. And after that, I'm not 100% sure yet. Basically, what will happen is I would need to play through Leaf Green to the point that I can hunt for, like, Zapdos and Articuno and Moltres and all of, like, the legendaries and stuff in that game. And in Emerald, I'm not 100% sure if I can choose what I hunt next. Basically, I'm going to be doing some running around in the grass, hoping I get a shiny. So we'll see what happens with those. You're watching on your new laptop you got for your birthday. That's awesome, Logan. Congrats on the laptop and the birthday. If you guys are trying to buy Pokemon games on Game Boy Advance or DS, there are emulators for both systems on your Android or iOS, and even PC if you just don't want to waste the cash on them. Part of it, though, is owning them. You know, I have emulators. I've run emulators before, but I still went out and bought Leaf Green. I still went out and bought Platinum. Like, and some people's computers can't even run like DS emulators. DS emulators start to kind of push some modern devices a little bit. Definitely like the lower end ones, but you know, at the same time, personally I'm a collector. There's a reason I shiny hunt. Like, I like collecting, so owning the things is a little bit of the fun, to me at least. How do you get an emulator for the phone? I'm assuming you mean iPhone. There's an emulator called Delta Emulator out there, which is really, really clean, and they have instructions on how to install it. Because you can't have them in the App Store, so what they do is they have a workaround for the security stuff so you can install it. You didn't feel like watching the episode of Sage, so you're back. Alright, Hyptic. Glad you come back. I don't know if you probably left before I mentioned it, but if you had been gone for all 20 minutes, you may have actually missed the end of the stream. Because the plan is to go for like only a little bit less than 15 minutes now. Unless we get kind of close to a 7,000, in which case I may just extend the stream. But we'd have to be pretty close, otherwise it will happen like early tomorrow or Sunday. Oh, so Logan Avola mentions Discord, and I will just go ahead and do a little bit of plugging here with, if you look in the description of this video, and actually I will go ahead and post it in the chat. I turned so the mic sounds different now. But yeah, so if you go to that Discord, that is a server that I have set up specifically for everyone who is in these chats to look at and hang out and talk. Basically, if you know, I'll post announcements there for what days I'm streaming, if there's a reason that I can't stream one day, as well as for people to just hang out and talk, show off Pokemon they have, talk about different things. And welcome back, Mudkipson. Download My Boy if you're looking for Gen 3 or Fire Red Leaf Green. I think My Boy is kind of the Delta equivalent on Android, I believe, right? Because I looked up Delta for Android and ended up like getting pushed. Like, I downloaded some APK and it was just the My Boy APK. I didn't end up opening it because I was like, no, I just want a Delta. If it wasn't Delta, I have a Game Boy. But yeah, I think My Boy is essentially Delta for Android, I believe. I'm not gonna say for sure though, because I haven't tried it, so I have no like actual opinion on it. Have I thought of giving up? I have not, Michael. I am very persistent, and I'm going to get this Treecko, even if it kills me. If you're looking for PC, I forget which one I had for DS, but I know BizHawk exists for Game Boy and Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance stuff. Drastic is regular DS games, and it's for phone, okay. It's 2:48 for you, and you're starting to get tired. I feel you, Mal. I feel you. I've been trying to get my schedule set back up for school, and so I've been waking up earlier, which also means I'm getting tired earlier. So I get tired around like 11 o'clock at night now, which is a little bit earlier than I normally do. But you know, I gotta start getting up around like 6 a.m. for classes. Khalifa, did I ever get a shiny? I have not gotten a shiny yet, man. We are still going for this same Treecko. I'm hoping to get it soon. I'm hoping to get it before Encounter 7000, which is now less than 100 away, which is crazy. You got hype for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon? Me too, Peekaboo. Me too. I am very excited to see what's coming out with it, especially after that trailer drop today. Seeing more stuff with some of the characters from Sun and Moon, as well as that Rockruff following behind the trainer. I just realized I never muted Discord, so there was a noise. Give me 1 second. There we go. Discord is now muted. Sorry for hearing those bloops on the stream. Because Discord does have a streaming mode, but I turned that off because it kept turning on and then never turning off. And I don't have Discord open during streams anyways. I'll figure it out more if I like start doing multiplayer stuff with friends and whatnot, where I need Discord to chat with them. But for now, I just literally mute Discord on Windows and hard silence it essentially. You gave up on your first 5 resets. That's what I used to. Before I started actually shiny hunting, I was like, I'm going to go for a shiny, and I do like 5 to 10 resets and go, nah, this is taking too long, and I just play the game. You're going to try setting up a competitive team. Good luck, Logan. I have yet to do that myself. I kind of want to at some point. The trailer is amazing. It really was cool. Seeing all that stuff, they didn't show enough of it to like really tell you anything about the games, just enough to get you really hyped. And it's a teaser trailer. It's not anything like big. In 25 days, you're going to school, and you hope that I'll get the shiny Treecko before you start school. I hope so too, Mau Mau, because that would basically mean that we would have gone for like 3 months, and I don't want to do that. Think about it. That would have been like a quarter of a year that we would have been hunting for this thing. I hope we get it quickly relative to that. Throwback to Heart Gold and Soul Silver with Pokemon following you. I'm really looking forward. I hope they do that again, because people found walking animations for the models of all the Pokemon in the game files for Sun and Moon. So it may have been a feature they dropped and they're about to add back. I don't know, and I really don't want to like say that's what it is, because you know then you're starting to get really hyped. But the fact that there was a Rowlet or a Rockruff running around behind the trainer kind of leads me to believe that there's at least some amount of interaction with overworld Pokemon, which is cool. That doesn't happen often, and I'm really glad to see that kind of come back. Don't stop trying. I'm not going to, Khalifa. We are going to keep going for this. I have kind of considered potentially dividing up the hunts between this and a Charmander starting relatively soon. I don't know. I'm going to ask you guys and see what you want me to do, because I feel like at this point the hunts may start to get a little bit tedious in the sense of, you know, we're doing Treecko hunts every night, basically. Every stream, we have like 26 straight videos. I thought I muted Discord, but I think it opened up another window of it, I believe. Yep, 1 second, guys. I apologize. We should be good now. Good luck. Thank you, Worston. Yeah, I really do need that luck. I need all the luck I can get at this point, because we are less than 60 away from 7,000 encounters. I'm really hoping we can get it before then. If you give up, you're unsubbing. I'm not gonna give up ever, Natsu. I'm gonna keep going for this thing. I may take a break at some point. It's not like I'm not gonna give up and start like playing through Emerald to get to the Rayquaza and everything. I'm just gonna keep going. Plat, Diamond, and Pearl have the best story in your opinion. Flame Random, thank you for the sub. Yeah, I don't personally have any gripes with the story there, and they're really good stories, but I really do enjoy the story in Sun and Moon. I know a lot of people didn't like how invasive the story was into the main campaign. Or basically most of the time when you're playing through like a story mode in Pokemon, it's just kind of given to you by talking to random people or talking to gym leaders, or when you're dealing with the rivals, or the like rivals and the villain team and all that. The Pokemon Sun kept stopping you doing cutscenes. I get where that can be a little bit annoying to some people, but personally I really enjoyed the story of Pokemon Sun and Moon, and it's my favorite story of any Pokemon game I've played. Because like I've said, I haven't played Gen 5, which I know is another really story-heavy Pokemon game. Why don't I do one day Treecko and one day Charmander? That's what I'm considering doing, Filippo. Basically, I'm considering doing that. I just want to ask you guys first, and I'll probably post the straw poll sometime tonight in the Discord for people to check out. Get in the bag, Nebby. Yep. But then Nebby gets too big for the bag. And for a while, Nebby gets way too heavy for the bag. So what are people asking about here? Treecko just needs to turn blue, Photoshop and edit the video. Yeah, what can I just, like, go to the hardware store before this first encounter, pick up some blue and red paint, and fix this situation? Just paint Treecko. Do I like Platinum? I do like Platinum. I have been playing Platinum a bit recently. I haven't beaten it because I played Pearl when I was like originally playing through Gen 4. But I decided I was gonna play Platinum because I was able to purchase it. Mateus, fast forward please. I cannot fast forward. This is a like legit Emerald cartridge I'm playing on a GameCube, so there's no fast forward button, unfortunately. You're on Pokemon Showdown, setting up a team and testing. All right, I hope you have some success with that. JJ Perez Treecko, hopefully. I would like to get this Treecko soon, please. You don't like Charmander? It's so overrated. It's not my favorite. My favorite is Squirtle, but I've done every playthrough ever in that I've done in Kanto with a Squirtle or Pikachu in Yellow. And what I decided is it was either going to be Bulbasaur or Charmander. And there was way more support for Charmander, probably because of like the overratedness. But you know, I went with what the people wanted because I really was neutral between the two. So I was like, you know what, I'll go with the Charmander. Well, welcome back, Spyro. Glad you're all gonna make it back. You got really attached to Lily and Sun Moon. Who else did? I think everyone who enjoyed the story got attached to Lily. And I said earlier, part of my hopes for the sequels to Sun and Moon was that we went back to Kanto with Lily. You know, basically make Lily the connecting part between the two games. If you were to donate Heart Gold, would I do a playthrough once I get a DS capture? I actually have someone willing to sell me a copy of Soul Silver. Thanks for offering, though. Like, finding a cartridge of it wouldn't be too hard, but I definitely want to do some kind of play with it. Either, like, shiny hunting, or just doing a kind of playthrough in whatever copy of Heart Gold or Soul Silver I get. But it would definitely be once I get a 3DS capture card, and those are expensive, unfortunately. Like, in the range of $400 to $600, depending on if there's a sale. Squirtle is also pretty good. Yeah, Squirtle's pretty good. I really do like it. Like, just because, you know, the blue and greens tend to be more my favorite than the reds. Alright, guys, let's see if 6950 is a shiny. It would have been so awesome to follow her to Kanto. Exactly. I would have loved that. But unfortunately, like, it looks like we aren't. I'm not even sure if she'll be in these games, because it isn't technically, like, a sequel. Or wait, is she? I don't know. I don't remember seeing Lily in the trailer, but I was paying more attention to the new things than the things I remember from the old games. Alright, guys, we're gonna reset the save, and we're gonna try to go for a... I can't go too much longer, but we're gonna try to go for that, encounter number 7000 tonight, guys. We'll see how long it takes. But yeah, we're getting pretty close. 6969 is coming up. A lot of people wanted that one. No clue why, obviously. For how long will my stream be? So, Mau, I think I will be going to encounter 7000 tonight. I don't think there's going to be a time restraint. I think it's just going to be, we go for another 50 encounters and see if we can get it by the 7000th encounter. Welcome, Dudeplex Gaming. Welcome to the stream. Who else plays Pokemon Go here and is on Team Instinct? I am on Team Instinct, Lucario. I haven't played Pokemon Go in over a year now, but my goal is to get back into it when Hoenn Pokemon come out and see if the game is good at that point. There's too many bugs because I started playing right at the beginning, But if they can kind of fix a lot of that, I will be willing to join back in and play some more Pokemon Go once they start dropping 3rd generation Pokemon. I am good. How are you, Dudeplex? Go to 7,050 or 7,500. I don't think I can quite go that long tonight. Because essentially the stream normally would have ended right about now. But because we're within 50 encounters, which is about 30 minutes of Encounter 7,000, I figured we'd go to it tonight. Just because the stream's shorter. And to make up a little bit for yesterday. Because yesterday we had that internet problem, which thankfully we've avoided for the most part. There's been a little bit of buffering, I've noticed, but nothing too terrible. Still no shiny Treecko. You're right, Blade Master. We still have yet to see a shiny Treecko. Zigzagoon and Treecko are probably bored after battling 7,000 times. Probably, and Professor Birch probably could have gotten away by now. I've stalled for long enough. It's thundering right now, and you love it. I like thunderstorms too. When I'm going to bed, like, hearing like really heavy rain against the window is so nice. It's snowing there, man. I guess it's winter south of the equator now, so. Team Mystic, Arctic and Only. I like Zapdos too much not to have been Team Instinct, and like all of my friends chose Instinct as well. It's an alternate story to Sun and Moon, so it's possible Lily might be in the game. True, I'm really hoping she is. I feel like it's more of an alternate story in the sense that they're going to be a little bit more focused on Ultra Beasts, and they're going to add parts of Alola that were inaccessible before, like potentially continuing more with the golf course. Like there's enough in the game now to like add the golf course that is on that's at the resort into the game. Like you could add that pretty easily and make it like part of the story. I mean, heck, one of the Elite Four would be from there. One of the Elite Four would be a great place to meet them. You meet all the other ones beforehand. Dante's channel, welcome to the stream. Pokemon storyline is as confusing as Zelda. If you try to piece all of the generations together, yes, but for the most part, the Pokemon games are soft reboots of each other, so they don't really necessarily follow each other's canon. The anime is the only thing that tries to by putting Ash in every region. Is my connection good right now? It's actually been pretty good tonight, Scarfy. There have been a few drop frames, but nothing too bad, and basically right now, I would have ended the stream probably like 2 minutes ago, but because of yesterday's stream being short, and because how close we are to 7,000, I'm going till encounter number 7,000 tonight. So today's stream's been pretty good. It's been pretty exciting, so I feel like we can go a bit longer. You accidentally chose Valor. Your heart is Instinct. By the way, this is Trevor the Trainer on your personal account. Alright. Yeah, so, yeah, I chose Team Instinct because all of my friends and I were like, well, maybe they're gonna, like, give us those legendaries specifically to the teams. And it's like, Zapdos is the obvious choice there. So we all chose Zapdos with Team Instinct. And then a couple friends chose Mystic and Valor out of spite, but the majority of us were Team Instinct. What are the games? Start in Kanto, but you travel to Alola at the beginning, but you can travel back there. That would be pretty cool. Like another, like, another way to play Kanto. Like, if essentially you're a little bit too young, like, you move to Alola right before your 10th birthday or something, and then you go back after you beat everything here. Trevor Wolf, thank you for the sub. If you, like, go back after you do everything. So you beat the game in Alola, but then you go back to Kanto, and now you're old enough to be in the league there, and you battle it. That'd be a pretty cool way to do it, I think. But I don't know. We'd have to see. I don't personally think they're going to do that. It would be kind of cool, though. What's my favorite Pokemon? Yours is Snorlax. Mine is Rowlet. So the exact opposite side of the size scale there. Welcome back, Ryan Palmer. Glad you're able to make it back. Lily, Dawn, and May are lit. May, Lily, and Dawn are pretty awesome. Personally, I don't know. May, because I'm like such a Hoenn person, May was fantastic because May was in Emerald, and she was in Alpha Sapphire when I got back into Pokemon. So a lot of good Pokemon memories around like the battles and stuff with May. But at the same time, Lily in the story was so great. Unfortunately, I don't have as much of an attachment to Gen 4, so Dawn's not quite as high up on that list for me. Your future wife is Misty. Oh boy. I'm not sure how possible that one is, unless a Pokemon game suddenly become real. What's up, Shadow Assassin? Welcome back. I'm glad you were able to tune in. It's been a while since I've seen you, man. You're in love with Lily. She is pretty cute. She is, like, adorable and innocent. The fact that she's like, I don't like Pokemon fighting, but, you know, I'll watch it because you're the one doing it. Like, that was kind of adorable. And on, like, Executor Island and all those moments were like, yeah, this is fantastic. Hoenn Master Race. Hoenn is like one of my favorite. Hoenn is my favorite region by far. I've said this before, because like my first games were Gen 3 and Hoenn. The games that got me back into the series was Hoenn. You know, Hoenn just overall is good memories for me. How much do I think Wally is Ed? I don't know. Maybe. You loved May? Yeah, May was great. I know a lot of people, like, thought she didn't have much character development, but she was still pretty adorable throughout the whole thing. You feel like Lily has a crush on your game character? I feel like that was kind of what Game Freak was alluding to a little bit. But they couldn't allude to it too much in a Pokemon game, because it just doesn't... Pokemon games don't focus on that kind of thing at all. You love Lily as well. Can we share Vanillux? Ah... Vanillux here. Wait a minute. Do you think that it'd be advantageous to EV train in Emerald? Probably for the Battle Frontier. Personally, like I've said, I'm not a very competitive person, so I don't know too much in terms of like what all that stuff would be good for, but I feel like if you're doing Battle Frontier, it's difficult enough that it'd be a good thing. Just kept forgetting she was only 10. Yeah, it's... Yeah, Pokemon games are kind of weird when you try to, like, when you're older and you're, like, laid back that. That's why I just always think they're, like, adorable. Like, they are really adorable all the time. She's not... I mean, do they ever really specify with Brendan and May? I'm not sure. I feel like, in general, Pokemon main characters are still fairly young. They're still, you know, pre-teens, if anything, at oldest, you know? Because, like, I think, it's made, like, canon in one of the versions of the Pokemon manga that, like, 10-year-olds are officially the adults, and that's why they're always the ones starting their Pokemon adventure. How old am I? I am 20, Scarfy. You prefer May and Dawn? Okay, no. Sorry it took so long. You're posting your friend kid. Okay. I mean, it depends on what you're looking at. The art's different between all the different series, or between all the different, like, media. Have I watched the Pokemon Sun and Moon, the series? I haven't, Shadow Assassin, I haven't. I haven't watched any of the Pokemon anime yet. Like I've said, I want to, but it's just such a daunting task to start such a long series. And I'd start from the beginning. I'd start with Indigo League and go from there. Like, I wouldn't just watch Sun and Moon alone. Alright, see you later, Alan. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Make it be 69.99. We will see, Filippo. We're gonna get there pretty quickly, I think. Do this in a different game. I can't, because I don't have Sapphire or Ruby to do it on, and I don't have a way to capture Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire footage. Sun Moon, the series is pretty good. Okay, I mean, I want to check it out. I know the art's a little wonky, but I like the animations I've seen from it. Like, the animation itself is decent. The art style is iffy at best. Do I think people age differently in the Pokemon universe? That's why 10-year-olds have a lot of privilege. I don't know. That's weird. That's a lot more thought to get into than I really necessarily want to. I'm not sure. But basically, it was just made like, you know, their 10 is our 18 essentially. In terms of like, you know, suddenly you can go get a real job, you can live on your own. That's why they do this, which is, it's weird. Like, that is, I mean, living in a society where, like, a 10-year-old is still really young. It's weird to think about it that way, but basically it was just their way of being like, why are these 10-year-olds allowed to wander around in the wilderness on their own? I feel like that was the only reason they had to explain anything. And the reason they chose 10-year-olds is because what's the target audience of the game? Sun and Moon anime, it's okay. Okay. Ash looks way different. They all look way different, you know? Obviously, most of them are in the other games, but, like, they changed the art style so much, and I know a lot of people didn't like it, and I'm one of those people, to be honest. you hate Ash in the Sun and Moon series. He was cool in XY. That's where a lot of people were like, they kept making it better. They kept getting better. The art style, the budget was going up. And then Sun and Moon happened, and they completely flipped everything on its head and essentially started from scratch, like even before Indigo League levels of started from scratch. Yeah, so for new people here, I will just point out, because I haven't pointed out this stream, the chat is PG, so if you say anything like inappropriate or like offensive and stuff, it will be removed. Just FYI. Like, no hard feelings towards anyone, because like, generally when people do it, they aren't meaning to be malicious. It's just, it'll be removed, because like, I try to keep the chat, you know, rated PG, because the games are for like the general audience, so I'd like to keep the stream rated for anyone who is interested in Pokemon. Yeah, no, you're not like abusing it or anything. It's just they will be removed by like me or the mods. And like unless you're like actively being hostile, you generally don't have any issue. You love Pokemon? Me too. Like I said, I dropped it for a while, but I finally picked it back up. Like when I started college again, and it's just, you know, suddenly I'm addicted to it to the point that I'm basically what I've always kind of said, and like leaning back in towards do I curse when not streaming? Yes. Like, I'm a college student. Yeah, it happens. The first few streams, it was a little bit difficult to kind of like make sure that I wasn't saying anything, but now it's a lot easier now. What was I saying? Yeah, so like, basically, like, seeing things like the 500 subs tonight is amazing, because personally I kind of view the stream as essentially me sitting in my room broadcasting my Pokemon addiction to the world, and people are enjoying it and watching it, which is always pretty cool. Shout out to Lily. Whoa, what does what have to do with anything? Pokemon is life. Pokemon is life. True. Respect plus plus. Are we talking about like me not swearing on streams or something? Yeah, basically, like, you know, I know like the audience for this stream is fairly young, so I'm not gonna act like the audience for this stream is my age or anything. You know, like I know people my age watch it, and people older watch it, and but like the majority is younger, so I'm gonna kind of try to keep it age appropriate. How do I get a shiny Treecko? So Diego, the way I get a shiny Treecko is by the way I get a shiny Treecko is just by resetting the game over and over again. I mean, yeah, Scarfy, in that kind of context, it is a little bit inappropriate. It doesn't have to be necessarily a curse word. It can just be something inappropriate in a way. Pokemon has a kid fan base. Exactly, KFC Bucket. Like, that's what it's aimed for. There's still plenty of people, you know, my age who play it. People who played more of the original games are still into it. And guys, here's the encounter everyone wanted, so we will see if it is a shiny. It has a mostly adult fan base. I don't actually think the fan base is mostly adults, you know, but at the same, or at least not in terms of the people who are watching like streams and stuff like this. Like, there's enough of a kid audience that I'm going to like recognize that it's there. You know, I can't just be like, nah, there's nothing weird. There's no like young ones here or something like that, because that's not true. Well, yeah, I mean, it was Scarfy, but it's not like visualized or anything. Lily is younger than Dawn, Bianca, and May. I don't actually know what their ages are, but Ash is a 10-year-old, and that's really the only one that I know of canonically, and just kind of go with it from there. Are you leaving, Dylan? I'm glad you're able to stop by, and I hope to see you again. No reason to live now. Why is that? If you came back to say the next is a shiny, well, we will see, Michael. We will see. Type in Pokemon, you get kid-friendly. Type in Call of Duty, you get 18. I mean, you just gotta, like, obviously both have their audiences, but I'm gonna cater more towards the rating of the game. It's more a matter of the rating of the game versus the rating of the audience, I think. So, like, Pokemon's a kind of, like, kids game. It's an all-ages type game, so if I'm making content about it, people who are all ages are going to be looking at it. While Call of Duty, obviously, you know that there are kids who are, like, way younger talking about it. But it's, like, stuff, it's content that would happen in the game as well, so I feel like it's a bit different. You're back! Well, welcome back, Hodo Black. I'm glad you were able to make it back to the stream. Your character's 11 in Sun and Moon. Really? Okay. Yeah, so still in that, like, age range. Do I play Call of Duty? Not much anymore. I used to play a lot when Black Ops 2 was the newest one. Then Ghost came out and ruined the entire series for me, like, right then and there. Like, I was hesitant to buy Black Ops 2 because I didn't really like Black Ops 1. But then people are saying, like, it's like Modern Warfare more than anything. So I was like, okay, you know, I like Modern Warfare. So I bought Black Ops 2 and loved it. Played it as, like, the main game I played on my 360 all the time. And then, so it was like, I was so hyped with Black Ops 2 that I pre-ordered Call of Duty Ghosts. I played Ghosts for 3 days and never touched the franchise again. Like, that's just how bad it was. It ruined like my favorite game on 360 just because it was in the same series. Like, yeah, Ghost was just so bad. I did end up picking up Modern Warfare, like the OG Modern Warfare for PC, and then Black Ops 3. Regret Black Ops 3 a little bit. It was still okay. But Modern Warfare, playing even in hacked lobbies and stuff, they're still up, is really enjoyable sometimes. So how can Ash take the Island Challenge? I don't know. Is there a reason that it wouldn't be able to? He wouldn't be able to? Do I have a PS4? I do not. I don't have any PlayStations. I do have a PS2, but I don't have memory cards or like any games for it. It was one that was just like in a box at my grandparents' house. I'm like, yeah, you can have it. But I never had any games for it because I had an OG Xbox and a 360 at the time. So the only like consoles I have are my original Xbox, the 360, handhelds like Game Boy, 3DS, my Switch, and then I play most of my other games on my PC. Alright guys, we are 22 encounters away from encounter number 7,000. So 20 in real life is 1 year in the Pokemon. Exactly. I mean, they're different people, so, you know. Well, no, actually, I mean, think about it. What, isn't, like, Red and Blue somewhere up in the... They're a lot older now in these games. Like, they've aged, not necessarily exactly, but similarly to Red and Blue when they were referenced, when they showed up in Sun and Moon. In Sun and Moon, it confirms that only the 11-year-olds can take the Island Challenge, and Ash is 10. Ah. So he's just perpetually 1 year too young. What a shame. Am I using a computer? So I am using a computer to capture the footage, Diego, but I am playing with an old Emerald cartridge on a GameCube, because there's an attachment called the Game Boy Player, which lets you use a GameCube to play Game Boy games. So yeah, I'm sitting here with a GameCube controller, playing some Pokemon on an old cartridge. So I'll be able to trade these Pokemon up eventually, which will be pretty fun. Are you from Brazil? Awesome. Welcome to see you. Or I'm glad to see you. Welcome. Mix those two sentences together. I mean, already be holla. Ah. Do I have Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild? I do. I was actually playing that right before the stream. I'm not too terribly far into it. I just got to the Zora, if I'm remembering their name correctly. I'm terrible with names, so I may have already forgot, but I just got to the Zora to defeat the first, or to at least claim back the first Divine Beast. I've been playing the game fairly slowly. Why isn't my graphic on the game regular? What do you mean? Oh, shoot, your team? Awesome. Ash chose Rowlet, by the way. I did see a lot of images of Ash with his Rowlet. And of course, obviously, Ash chose the best one. Come on. The first episode of Pokemon's first season was made in 1998, and we are in the middle of 2017, and Ash has been done the whole time. He has, yeah. And how much actual time would have passed if you string the anime together straight, Indigo League to Sun and Moon? How many straight days would that be? Because that's the real question here. It's the in-anime time we're talking about. I have Breath of the Wild. I do Vanillix. It came bundled with my Switch. So I was playing it before the stream, and I'm honestly probably going to immediately start playing it after the stream as well. You chose Litten, but love Poplio and Primarina. Primarina is really nice, especially the shiny. My only issue with the shinies and the Poplio line is none of them are bad. They just aren't consistent. You know, like, they're all, you know, the Decidueye, like the Rowlet line, they're all like blue. Litten line, they all swapped the black for red. But then Poplio's line, it's like, it feels really weird. Like, I feel like there's a pattern to it, but it's just the major colors on the Pokemon swap enough in the main line anyways. It just, the shinies look really inconsistent with each other. They all look good, it's just they don't have the feel of being a cohesive group. Same, yours came bundled too, and it's so good. It has been really fun. Like, I've never played a Zelda game before this. At least I've never played a significant amount of a Zelda game before this. So I was like, you know what, obviously I'm going to play it. It was rated super highly, and I immediately enjoyed it before I was even off the Great Plateau. So it was just like, yeah, I'm playing this now. You know what I already asked this, but don't remember the answer. You're going to do something special for 1,000 subs. Maybe Nuno, we'll see. I've got to figure out, I've got to kind of get a habit of making things other than streams to figure things like that out. But yeah, like, we just passed 500 subs, which is amazing and crazy, and again, I still cannot thank everyone enough, and it still just kind of feels, it feels weird that we've done this, because, like, I don't feel like it necessarily should have happened at this point. Spoilers, Ash actually has both Litten and Ra. I mean, Ash kind of bends the rules when it comes to most of those things. He had a Charizard and that Pikachu, which he got specifically because he couldn't get a Charmander. For some reason, it said you have a Pokemon in your party that couldn't be traded. Did it, like, detect that it was gemmed or something? Like, did it fail some kind of test, like it has ability or move it shouldn't ever be able to have? 12-hour stream for 1,000 subs. 12-hour stream of Pokemon would probably kill me before, if I did it before I got, like, my chair back here. Because, like, if you remember, every stream before I moved in here, I was in, like, my actual, like, office chair, my desk chair. But that didn't fit in my car, so it's got to come down along with my desk, which also didn't fit in my car at some point. So right now, I'm using this just wooden chair that was provided by the apartment that has absolutely zero padding on it. So yeah, that's where we stand with comfort, and I would probably need to go to the chiropractor like the next day if I did a 12-hour stream right now. Do 2 shiny hunts at the same time. That was cool. I want to do that at some point, but I don't have a second GameCube or capture card yet. I'd love to do that in the future, though, for sure. The water trial captain has Poplio. You forget her name. I feel like Lana or something? I don't know, it starts with an L, I think. Do I play Minecraft? Not much anymore. I used to play it a lot. Like, when I was, like, in 9th grade and 10th grade, I played it a lot. But now, I played it a little bit every once in a while with some friends. But for the most part, I played Minecraft because it was one of the few things my computer could run at all. But now, my computer can run, like, pretty much every game I throw at it, so I have a lot more options in terms of games. And as soon as I found things like Rocket League, I haven't really picked up Minecraft much since. It is Lana. Okay, so I did get it right. I need 2 capture cards. Honestly, I really would just need a, I just want a 3DS capture card, honestly. Like, even if it's only one, I can only do single hunts. You know, there are people who have, like, multiples of that. That's just not quite where I'm at yet. You know? But if I could get a 3DS capture card, that would be so nice, because I want to be able to play Sun and Moon, and especially once Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon come out, I'd love to be able to play those, like, as more recent games as they come out. Like, that would be really fun, I think. If I do it by 7,000, I will scream and shout. I will probably be pretty excited too, Blue Wire. We're getting really close, though. We have 7 encounters left to 7,000. Like, this is crazy, guy. Okay, Shadow Assassin. Yeah. I mean, I guess I gotta show all of them somehow, and obviously they're gonna show all the starters somehow, but I feel like... Yeah, I feel like if there's not a way for them to put them in the story, otherwise I just give them to Ash. Get a Switch capture card and stream Breath of the Wild. So I've been looking at that. It would be cheaper than a 3DS capture card. And it'd be like one of those things I add to like that 5th stream that I mentioned, where like I stream other things besides Pokemon. I've been looking into one. I've been getting close to considering it. I have to do a bit more research, figure out which one I would want and when I'd be able to get it. But I definitely want to look into getting one of those at some point soon. If I don't get it shiny at 7,000, do one more, so that's 7,001. So basically, what'll happen is it'll end on encounter 7,000, but the counter will end up showing 7,001 because, like, this encounter will be 6996, but after the encounter I hit the button and it shows 6997. So it'll technically end with 7,001 being an encounter of a Mudkip, just because at the end of every stream I do that. I'll, like, do one encounter of the other one, just for the fun of it. And the game's used Araquanid. Really? I didn't know. Do you battle Lana straight up in the trial or anything? I don't remember. Togedemaru is so adorable in the anime. Really? Yeah, I love, like,